What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? What's good? What's good? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get my phone real quick. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Over here, on the left, shortstop. Short Money Friday. Let me know if you guys are hearing me good.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm at
Y'all live in Oklahoma? Well, 18?
Is it? No, 19.
19?
Oh, yeah. Really? Can I get 650?
Oh, that's decent deficit. You do?
I mean, I'll give you the card. Oh, you got to do it now.
Washington, you got love start.
Yeah, I do.
In Taliaferro County? Years. I grew up in Tyrone. You did? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. If that's a corporate card, you can stop there how you use it. I think they make these cards look alike. They do. Take card out.
Huh?
Take card out. Alright, insert it. Insert it. Insert it right here. We go, yes, ma'am. We've had them all year. So now that it's coming up, the cold weather, they say, we'll be getting more. We get a shipment about once a week. Take your card out, honey. I'm gonna stick your receipt down in here. Oh, that's all. I don't know what's going on with this computer.
It's not working.
Now that ain't you. I don't know what started going wrong with it. Let me scan your little card again. You're welcome. You got it? Thank you. Y'all have a good rest of your day. How you doing? We did a prepaid amount the first time.
If you want, I can pay cash.
Oh, you all right, man? We gonna get this thing rolling. Next card. There we go. Thanks for calling Love 354 and Social Support. Stacey, I'm at direct call. How you doing, man? We got 394. Use it. Hold on a minute. Hold 214. What's your company name? What's your company name? You got a company name?
Just.
All right, I'll put private, okay? You need a receipt?
That's it.
All right,
Okay.
All right, you good.
All right, I'll be back for the receipt. Thank you. What's going on, YouTube? Sorry for this technical difficulty. Yeah, the machine was something with our machine. good? What's good? I'm over here in the state of Georgia, man. Come on in, because I want to talk about something I heard a lot of people been saying. You know what I mean? So I want to see. I go live on my phone just keep blowing up. Are you guys hearing me? You guys hearing me? Let me know in the chat if you guys are hearing me. I'm getting some gas for the semi. Where I gotta fill the big boy up. All right, I'm back. Shout out to everybody from Georgia, man. Come on in, come on in. Shout out to everybody. You guys are hearing me good. Let me know in the comments if you guys are hearing me good. I'm over here in Georgia, man. I'm getting the semi some gas. I want to talk about something I heard on these live streams that these guys were saying. You know what I mean? So I call this today Truck Money Friday. Truck Money Friday. I heard. Listen. Check this out, man. Check this out. I'ma just say this, man. If you come in this trucking business and it's not working for you, stop making it sound as if that's how trucking is. You see what I'm saying? If you come in the trucking business and it doesn't work out for you, stop making it sound as if that's how trucking is. I see a lot of people been going around and talking all this nonsense about the trucking business because it ain't working for them. See what I'm saying? When you guys come on in, hit the like button. I heard people saying, so this is what I want to address, right? I heard people saying that box truck, they're saying that box truck is making the same money as a semi truck. First, I remember in the pandemic, people used to say that, oh, not going in trucking because the market is too saturated and blah, 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 and a whole bunch of foolishness. Now, the new thing I'm hearing people saying is that uh, box truck and semi make the same money. Box truck and semi make the same money. You see what I'm saying? I heard people saying that box truck and semi make the same money. So I'm gonna talk about that because I can tell that a lot of people have that theory throwing around. They're not out here doing the work. They're not out here beasting out. They're not out here doing the work. So I'm seeing people advising people don't get a semi, just get a box truck because it's the same money and all type of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask people this question: where are you guys getting this information from? I know the brokers are paying low rates. I know that these brokers out here are taking a chunk of your money. But where are we getting where box truck? Let me show you something. This right here is holds 28 pallets. This suspension right here can carry up to 45,000 pounds. If you're running one of these and making box shop money, go park it. That's all I gotta say. Plain and simple. I see semi truck drivers saying that they're gonna buy a box truck because the semi ain't working for them. See, I show you the size of the truck and I show you the suspension. So we going I'm trying to figure out where are people getting these, you know? Shout out to Goldie. I haven't seen you in a while, Goldie. Shout out to Goldie. But yeah, people are saying that box truck money and semi money is the same. So we're gonna talk about that. Where is this? So we go, I'm a, I can I get the receipt for 19? I'm 19. No, I literally just finished. 4-6. I paid her already. Oh yeah. She never asked for the truck number. No. Thank you. All right. What's going on, my bro? What's going on, Tracy? I'm over here at the Love Truck Stop in Georgia getting me some gas. 'Cause I got to pick up this load that I have. But yeah, man, let's talk about this today. Box truck money and semi money is the same. So don't get a box. Don't buy. Let me set up my thing, man. You guys hearing me? You guys are hearing me good, right? All right. Let me know if you guys have any issue. Box truck money. So I was watching a live stream, right? I was watching a live stream, and I saw a lot of people in the live stream saying people were asking, "Hey, is now a good time to get in the market of trucking?" Some people were saying no. Some people were saying yes. You know what I mean? And so, you guys, let me know if you got any. Hey, Warrior Express Transport. I got a bone to pick with you, man. I got a bone to pick with you. I got a bone to pick with you. Are you guys hearing me? You guys hearing me good, right? So people were in the live stream saying, "Hey, is now a good time to get in the market?" What is this guy doing, man? Jesus. These new Warner drivers, man, they come on here and drive the damn truck like, hey, man, we got move to make, man. It's Friday, man. It's money day. What's wrong with you, bro? We gotta get out of here. So people were saying that, hey, man, um, is now a good time to get into business? Should I get a semi or get a box truck? And people in the comment section was saying that no, I wouldn't get a semi truck because when you think about it, the semi is making the same money as the box truck. See what I'm saying? And I'm like, where are you guys getting those information? So let me just say this, all right? I just show you guys the truck and the trailer and the truck suspension. A semi legally can take, you know, it's an 80,000 pound truck. So your gross weight is 80,000 pounds, right? You can carry up to 45,000 pounds in a semi. So your weight to pick up pallets are gonna be 45,000 pounds, right? Then you're gonna be able to take 28 pallets if you turn the pallet sideways, right? But if you keep the pallet regular, you can carry up to 26 if you're taking 48 by 48. A box truck maxes out at 9,500. So if you subtract 9,500, right, from 45,000, from 45, then you see how much weight you would lose for not having a box truck. And that's the type of box truck that can carry 9,000. I know box truck drivers who they max out at 87. You see what I'm saying? So if you max out at 87, you just subtract that from 45. Then you have a guy who is carrying 12 pallets and a box truck. So if you subtract 12 from 28, that's how much space you're losing by not running a semi. You get what I'm saying? That's the picture they see on the spot market. So we're gonna talk about that. So if I'm taking 12 pallet max at 9,500, and the broker is paying me $1.30 a mile, okay? And a broker want to pay you the same $1.30 a mile, but double your weight and your space, that's your responsibility. That's on you. I don't care what the market is saying in terms of me picking up and delivering load in my truck to make a profit. So if I'm gonna take the same rate and double the weight and the size, that's because people who's doing that type of stuff does not understand the business. You see what I'm saying? Listen, I see what the spot market is, but I got my own spot market. I got my own spot market right here. See what I'm saying? This is why I do partial, right? This is why I do partial, because, and I'm gonna look this up and I'm gonna show you guys when I do my next live, or when I do a next live. Hopefully I remember. Shout out to everybody that's come on in the live. Hit the like button. Hit the like button when you come in. So if I'm gonna talk about this the next time. There is 17 trucking company. There were 17 trucking company. I'm gonna look it up, and because I had the info. They went out of business. They went out of business, and the reason why they went out of business is because they were picking up full truckload From New Jersey to California, you're talking over 2,000 miles. This was their customer. They were picking up load for their customer, different trucking companies. And they were running across the country over 2,000 miles. And eventually, it put them out of service. Eventually, they get put out of service. Not put out of service. They went out of business because of the loss that they were running at. So I'm gonna explain it to you guys who are here. Shout out to everybody that's coming in the live stream. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Mark the mentor. Shout out to Vernon. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. I'm gonna explain this to you guys, right? I'm gonna explain this to you guys. When you have a semi, let's start with a box truck. When you got a box truck, right? And you're not maximizing your box truck, whether it's a one pick one drop or two pick two drop, you don't know your cost per mile, and the whole shebang, like what we always talk about, you're gonna find that eventually you're not gonna make no money. You're gonna run out of money because you keep taking money from the business, you keep taking money from the profit, you're dumping, you're feeding a dying cow basically. You're not making profit. So you keep taking money from the business, feeding a negative business. Eventually you're gonna fail. That's what we see happen in the pandemic, after the pandemic, and still taking place up to this day. People are feeding the business, they keep going back and forth, feeding, and eventually you're gonna run out of money and you're gonna collapse. Okay. So if you're taking one pick, one drop, you have to understand that you have to meet your cost per mile and make sure that your cost per mile is covered, which is the expense. Let's see, a lot of people ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Just like when I talk about the partial, y'all let brokers strong arm you and tell you that you got to pick up a load today and deliver by tomorrow because it's dedicated, and you don't get dedicated rate. Eventually, you're gonna fail. And those people are some of the people that are coming in or jumping on these live stream and telling people, well, don't buy a semi because owning a semi is no different from driving a box truck. The rate is the same. The rate is not the same. You and other folks who allow brokers and shippers and dispatchers and all type of companies to give you that type of rate. I don't come out here. Let me. Where my notes at? Because I wrote down some stuff I want to share with you. I got this right here. I wrote it down when I said I was gonna jump on this. Check this out. I was in. This was Tuesday. This was Tuesday, right? I went from New Jersey. I left New Jersey Tuesday. Pennsylvania. I left Pennsylvania Tuesday. I went and pick up a bunch of partial, right? I went to pick up a bunch of partial, right? I went from Jersey, and I went to North Carolina, South Carolina, and Atlanta, right? I was in Atlanta by Thursday morning because I had an 8 o'clock appointment. I'm gonna give you the total mile that I run, right? So to come down, by the time I deliver by Thursday, I did 894 miles. I did 894 miles from Tuesday to Thursday, from full to empty, meaning that when I left New Jersey with all the stop, and in Georgia, I did 894 miles. Okay? My miles that I was running at, with the price of what I came down with, I was running at 5.8. $5.80 a mile. I was running at $5.80 a mile. So the amount of money that was on the truck with the mileage that I did comes out to be $5.80 a mile. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going back up from from Georgia, which is in Atlanta, going back up to New Jersey. And right now, with the loads that I got on the truck, I'm going back up with $3.66 a mile. See what I'm saying? Take notes because I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm saying. If you add, oh, I'm sorry, and the mile that I'm going to be going back up to Jersey, it's going to be 874 miles. This is from pickup to delivery, right? So I'm going to be going to, it's going to be 874 miles at $3.66 a mile. Now, if you add 874 plus 894, and this is Tuesday. So now today is Friday. So I'm going to be on tonight. So if you calculate the total mile between from Tuesday coming down and going back up, deliver by Monday, whatever that amount of mileage, you're going to calculate that mile. Then you're going to add the 2 costs per mile, which is $3.66 plus $5.80. And you add all of that together. So in 1 week, I was running almost $10 a mile. You see what I'm saying? 1768. So if you do 1768 and you add 580 plus 366, that's what I run per mile for the whole week. Round trip. If you're getting a round trip and you're getting 50 cents a mile and $1 a mile and whatever you get in a mile, that's on you. You see what I'm saying? That's on you. Right. So if you add the mile, whatever it is, so $9.46, so $9.46 a mile. So for the whole week, I'm running $9.46 a mile. If you want, see, this is why I keep telling you, man, you gotta stop listening to people that not doing this thing. So if a box truck driver who doesn't understand the business and then running the way he's running, of course he's gonna go into these live stream and tell people that want to come in the business, I wouldn't buy a semi because it's the same price as a box truck. It's not true. But then let me go through another set of stuff. You got to look at, number one, are you a new authority? Number two, who are the brokers you're using? Number three, do you have any inspection? All of those stuff is gonna give you the rate that I just talked about. Experience. How long you in the business? What type of relationship you have? So a lot of time when people say stuff, they're just going by they were in the business for 6 months and then they came out and then now they're just in live stream saying that, man, I tried it. I saw somebody said in the same live stream, they said that the box truck game is the worst business, is the worst, something like is the worst business ever. Don't even bother with it. You see what I'm saying? So if you listen to those folks and follow because they went in and failed because of whatever, they just give up. These people are not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you like an experienced person now. They're gonna discourage you. Does drivers who have semi truck make money like box truck drivers? Sure, of course. I can do one load from out of Jersey, a full truckload, 45,000 pounds. That's gonna pay me way less. But I don't do those loads. I don't take those stuff on my truck. I let the big companies who can afford that, FedEx, UPS, CH Robinson. I let the big boys with their, you know, all of those big companies. I let they take care of that stuff. So that way they can afford the hit. They can afford to take that hit. I can't afford to take that hit. So when I come out here, I'm gonna have to make sure that I get my mileage up, my rates, all of that stuff. I negotiate with the brokers. Some of you guys, how is the negotiation skill? Are you just letting brokers tell you what they want, but not negotiating what both of y'all want? There's a lot of different stuff. Box truck is sorry about that, guys. I'm getting calls from brokers, and you know what I mean. So, but yeah, guys. So I wanted to touch base on that and let people understand, man. Like, yo, just come out here and work your money. And a lot of people are gonna tell you, you know what I mean. They're gonna tell you a lot of stuff, but I'm just here to tell you that a lot of the stuff they're gonna tell you that's not how it works. Doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? So when you get the box truck, understand your cost per mile. Know your cost per mile. Okay? A lot of people say that there's no money in the semi. The market is trash. I don't think you can make no money on the trucking right now. Blah blah blah. A whole bunch of stuff. People are just saying all type of stuff. But let me just say this. Let me just say this. Can you make money with a box truck? It all depends. If you are starting, you're gonna have problem. You're gonna have problem because nobody want to put a freight on your truck and run the risk with you. You know what I mean? Can you make money in a semi? Same thing. If people don't know you, you're not gonna make no money. This is why when you start a business like a trucking business, it's good to get under someone authority that's already established. So you can lease onto their authority. So that way you don't have to worry about a lot of the issue that people, have out here. And that doesn't you can, you got family member, you got friends, somebody that you can trust with your finance, that they're gonna pay you. Sign a contract, you know. Um Do it for 3, 4 months. Build up your name, build up your company name. A lot of brokers now are looking for people with 6 months, a year, you know. And if you got a family member that have a friend that can let you lease on or run under their authority, that's a good way to start. But I've spoke to people in the past who let their brother and their sister and people just rip them off because you know that's just how some people are. They're gonna take advantage of people that don't know. Doesn't matter if it's a brother, your sister, whatever. You know what I mean? So people are gonna always take advantage of you. So always just know who you're gonna sign. You know, whosoever you're gonna sign up with, just make sure it's somebody that you can trust. But I just wanted to talk about people are saying box truck and semi is the same rate. Box truck and semi is not the same rate, man. Box truck and semi is not the same rate. If a semi driver is telling, I heard drivers who are currently in semi saying that they're gonna downgrade to a box truck because they're not making no money, and the money that they're making, they got buddies with box truck that are making the same money that they're making. Listen, I've run box truck and I'm running semi now, and I'm telling you, they're not the same. Box truck, running a semi truck, and the money that come from a semi is not the same as a box truck. It is not the same. See what I'm saying? So, but when a lot of people, I hear a lot of people say that, that's like me right now, bought a semi, coming from box truck, but buy a semi, and then now coming and telling you guys, hey guys, I think I made a mistake. I'm gonna have to downgrade back to a box truck because I thought I was gonna make more money in the semi, but I'm actually making less money in the semi. Well, you got to look at a couple things. A lot of these people complain don't want to work. They don't want to put in the work. A lot of people are comfortable. They want to do these one pick, one drop because I met a guy actually. I was talking to a guy at a warehouse and I asked him, I said, bro, he was dropping off a full trailer. I said, bro, this your truck? We had a conversation. I kid you not. I said, why you don't do partial? He said, I thought about it. My dispatcher sometimes they're always asking me to do partial, but I don't know. I just rather do one stop one at a time. I don't want to be going here and here and here and here. You know what I mean? I rather just be. So I asked him. I said, well, why you complain about the money then? Why you complain about the money? If you're not doing the partial and not increasing the revenue, why are you complaining when you don't get the money? You can't have both of it. I mean, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So all of that stuff is if you're a lazy person, partial is not gonna work. If you don't like to work, Porsche is not gonna work for you. It's not gonna work. A lot of people wanna make a lot of money in the trucking business, but they don't wanna put in the work. You get what I'm saying? You gotta get out of that comfort zone. You gotta come and put in the work. You gotta run that truck. And that will this is why a lot of people always sound like people that they echo the same thing that everybody be saying in these Facebook group and these Instagram live and these Facebook live and these YouTube live. They be saying the same thing because all of them is doing the same thing. I'm not out here complaining. I never complain. I never come on the live or video and say, guys, I'm having a hard time now. Rates are low. The brokers is not paying. Gas is going up. You know why I don't complain? Because I just gave you all the numbers. I just gave you all the numbers. I was running that. What my man said, let me see what Andrew said. Andrew Green said that just this week, $9.46 a mile. This is why I never complain. Shout out to Five Star Logistic. If you're lazy, yeah, if you're lazy, trucking is not for you. It's not for you. Thank you. If you're lazy, trucking is not for you. And let me say this too. I left Tuesday and I'm going back home today. I'm actually on my way home. I just got to pick up a next stop that's going up to New Jersey. And this load is actually going to the same location. I'm just picking it up from a different, I'm picking up from a different warehouse. So I pick up in North Carolina. I'm sorry, I pick up in Atlanta. And now I'm going to pick up in North Carolina. But it's two separate loads. But two of the stop is going at the same location in New Jersey. But it's two separate loads, two separate Raycon. Everything is separate. So that's what I'm saying, man. Stop saying that. Stop listening to these people on the internet talking about first it was the market was saturated. So now the market ain't saturated no more. We don't hear that no more. So I guess the market is good. But now you have people saying that, oh yeah, well, don't buy a semi because if you buy a semi, you're gonna make the same money as a box truck. You know what I mean? If you one of those people want to follow those people, or if you one of those people who are driving a semi right now and you talking like that, go park that truck. Go park it. Go give it back to your finance company. Go do a voluntary repossession. Go turn it in. It's not for you. It's not for you. Okay? Trade it in and get a cargo van and go do some medical supply local delivery. You'll be home every night. You make about maybe 18 to $2,000 a week. You'll be good with that. You get what I'm saying? Go to the DMV and just tell them remove your CDL, downgrade your license from CDL to regular license. It's not for you. There's no way. And I've seen this all over the internet, all over Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Box truck is making the same money as semi. Brokers are ripping people off because they're ripping a lot of people off because people don't know. We talk about this all the time. You know, some of you guys not making money because of the very same thing that I show you guys. You go at these warehouses and you spend hours and you don't get paid. I got an extra pallet coming down to Georgia. An extra pallet. This is what the customer tell the broker. This is what I never heard of nothing like this. He told the broker that he's going to put one more pallet on a truck, but it's going to be the same space. It's not going to take up any extra space. So she called me with the nonsense. She said, hey, our customer is going to give you an extra pallet, But he said that he's not gonna take up any extra space. I said, listen, if he's gonna put a pallet, it's gonna be an extra space. I don't know where you guys get that from, but so she said, okay, cool. Tell her what you do. How much you want for that pallet? I told her, if it's just the one pallet, I'll take $175. She said, okay, cool. I'm gonna put 175 down. If you go there and it's not double stack, then I'm gonna pay you the 175. Right? I said, no problem. I went there and sure, as everybody thought it was a whole complete pallet. So he decided, I said, well, sir, I got to charge for extra pallet because it's more space. Well, I didn't think it was going to take up that much many space. I told him I need a 53 footer. Okay. So because you order a 53 footer, you feel like you should utilize as much space as you can. And, everybody just do everybody a favor. So tell you what this guy did, right? He said, well, I'm gonna see if I can break it down and stack it. I said, okay, cool. Here's the problem with that. If he breaks it down and stack it, I'm gonna charge him more weight. Because now you're putting more weight on my truck. So when I told him that, he said, all right, just forget it. Just whatever it is, let me know. So I charge a broker 175, right? Now I only get $100, right? Because I don't know, he went and I don't know, he went and cry, and there were this whole entire debate about the space and two pallets sitting next to each other and they weren't behind each other. And if there was a whole bunch of back and forth. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. So the broker called me and she said, look, I can send in the email thread with the customer and this guy, but he don't want to pay 175. So tell her what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay you 100 and then I'll get you on the next load. So I only end up getting $100 for that 175 that I originally charged. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like that. Customer happy, broker happy. You don't get what you want, but guess what? You still get something. Actually, they wanted to pay me $40. They wanted to pay me $40. So I end up get $100, but they originally wanted to pay me $40 for that extra pallet. Shout out to Devante. But it's stuff like that that I'm trying to explain to you guys that you make extra money. Now, I went to a next facility in Georgia that required an appointment. And when I show up, the lady was like, what time is the appointment? And I'm like, there's no appointment. They said that it's from 6 to 4 o'clock. She said, no, we want an appointment. You have to have an appointment, sir. She said, you can't just drive up here and we just put you through a door. Like, you have to have an appointment. I said, okay, cool. Let me call the broker. Call the broker. The broker said, yeah, the scheduling team put in here that is no appointment. And it's only first come, first serve, and from 6 to 4. I said, okay, well, let me let you talk to the lady. The lady said, yes, ma'am, you need an appointment. And she asked the lady, can we work him in? And the lady was like, nope, can't work him in. It's going to be a lumper fee. And if we put him in, there's no way to send the lumper fee and a whole bunch of stuff they go back and forth with. So now I'm stuck with one load. So now they got to do cross docking. They got to cross dock that because By the time they get around to the appointment, it's like Tuesday before they get the first appointment. The first available appointment is Tuesday. So, okay, cool. I'm not going to be here Tuesday. So they got to cross dock it. From where I deliver in Atlanta to Norcross, Georgia. If you guys know, I was in Atlanta, Georgia. It's like a little bit downtown, little past downtown Atlanta, and I had to take it to Norcross, Georgia, at a cross dock facility. I charged them $250. Let me say it like Mark, $250. That's what I charge them. $250? Yeah. $250 to take 4 pallets from less than 50 miles. Less than 50 miles. Keep in mind, I already get money off of that load coming down. So now I got to take it north to a cross-docking facility. I'm charging them from where I'm at to the cross-dock facility $250. If you think I'm lying, watch my live Sunday. I'll show you. I'll show you. I show you like how I always show you guys. Let's watch my live Sunday. I show you how I make extra money. I show you the $100 and I show you the $250. I don't make stuff up out here. So when guys are coming out here and y'all are complaining about brokers are ripping you, you're not making no money. These are some of the instances why you're not making no money. Because here's the thing. Brokers will call some of you guys, and this is their conversation with you. All right, James, man. I know, man. All right, check it out, man. I'm going to just let you drop it off at a facility that is about 30 miles. Just drop it over there, man. It is what it is. We're going to just let you leave it over there. Just make sure you let them sign the BOL and blah, blah, blah. And, we'll get somebody to re-deliver it, man. I apologize. And you now, because you're fearful, you so fair. You get into fair because now you want your truck empty and you want to make sure that you can pick up a next load. You just go, yes, sir. Yeah, okay, man, no problem. I got you. And you miss out on $250. See, if that guy talk to me, as soon as he finished talk, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be $250. $250? Yeah, it's gonna be $250. It's either that or go back to Jersey, whichever one you want. See what I'm saying? So I get $250. You might not get $250. Why you don't get $250? Because you don't know what I know. Why I know the stuff I know? Because I've been in the business a long time. I got experience. I've been doing this a long time. You're not doing it a long time, you don't make no money. I'm doing it a long time, I make money. You don't know the secret on the tweak button? I know all the secret on the tweak button. It's that simple. But don't go on the internet because you don't figure out how to use your tweak button. You go tell other people that's watching, that's trying to come in, that there's no tweak button. There is a tweak button. You just don't know it. See what I'm saying? Yeah, on 85 North. Shout out to Paul Smith, 85 North. You know what? You know what to do, man. And tell you what I do, Paul. I not even drive 85 North. I came off of the Bruford Highway and went on Bruford Highway and stopped and get me some Spanish food, man. You know, a lot of Spanish is over there. And that's not even the biggest. That's not even. I'm a drop a bombshell on you guys. That $250, I picked up a local delivery that was right around the corner that was going to Bruford, Georgia. It was going to Bruford, Georgia, and that paid 250. It was over $5 a mile. If y'all think I'm lying, watch my live Sunday. I'm gonna show you guys. $5 a mile, 4 pallets, a little over 2,000 pounds. Picks up right around the corner from that delivery that I had that they refused. And so now I make $500. You know what I mean? I make $500. One, because I do a cross docking, and two, because I do a local delivery. So when people are saying that there's no money in trucking, there is money in trucking. You just don't know how to get it yet. Yet. Some people don't know how to get it yet. You will get it, but some people haven't figured it out yet. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people say the things they say. The market is saturated, and this, and this, and this. You know what I mean? I'm winning all day long. I'm winning. See what I'm saying? I'm winning. You guys like to talk about peak season? There's always peak season for me. You guys love to talk about Amazon peak season? Oh, me? I'm always in peak season. See what I'm saying? So a lot of people who doesn't understand the business, this is why they'll talk the way they talk. You know what I mean? It's getting rough out here. I'm not gonna say it's not getting rough out here. It's getting really rough out here. You know what I mean? The price of the freight is going down. Gas price is going up. You know, parts for the trucks is expensive. Maintenance, it's expensive. This is a very, very expensive business to get in. All Mexican area, yes. Bruford Highway. Shout out to Andrew. Bruford Highway. I took 85 North, and then I get off at I forgot the exit, and then jump on Bruford Highway and go get me some of those Spanish people food over there. You know what I mean? And listen to this. It was a 9 o'clock pickup to 4 o'clock. And I was there, like I said, like I think I picked it up like 11:15 and drop it off at 1:40. At 1:40, I dropped it off. And then I went to the cross dock. I dropped the cross dock, and then went to Bruford. By 1:40, I was done. See what I'm saying? So there's money in trucking. You just don't know how to get it yet. You got to get with someone that got experience and somebody that know what they're doing, and a lot of different stuff. Stop follow the echo on the internet. A lot of people on the internet, they're not experienced enough, to tell you guys, to give you guys a lot of information that will let you guys stay out here. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people come out here and they listen to these people on the internet and they follow these people on the internet, and it's not something you want to do. I picked up a load this morning that's going up to Jersey. You get what I'm saying? And I just explained to you guys how much money I'm running. I'm on my way home. I left Tuesday. You understand that I left Tuesday? I have a very productive week, and I'm on my way back home. I brought a full truck down and going back up with a full truck. And I run way more than the average truck out here. I'm not going to come on the internet and tell you guys, don't go in trucking because it's bad. I would say, do your research, right? Do your research. Take your time. And let me say this. Let me just say this. Take your time to understand what you're getting into. Understand the expense that come with this business. This business is very, very expensive. Very expensive. I had a blowout this week, and I'm gonna let you guys see how much money it costs for that one tire blowout. You see what I'm saying? So you got to do your research. You got to get with people with experience. You got to stop listening to a lot of people on the internet. Stop listening to a lot of people on the social media, especially when these people cannot, they're not even showing you, they're not even showing you what they're doing, and there's no improvement in their business. They're not showing you, what they're doing, and walk you through certain process so you guys can understand what it is. I show you guys everything. You see what I'm saying? I let you guys understand everything. I'm not just here blowing whistle. I'm letting you guys understand what you're getting into. You know what I mean? So again, a 53 footer makes way more money than a semi than a box truck. There's no comparison. You know how many times I beat myself up? I'm like, man, I should have been get me a semi years ago. Even though I was making a lot of money in my box truck. But can you imagine if I was doing partial in the semi 3 years ago? And I was running more than one truck 3 years ago. So again, you got to know who you take the information from. You know what I mean? Kirk, there's no comparison. You have been in the business over 10 years, everyone else 2 years. Exactly. I've been in the business. Um, when I came in the business, a lot of people didn't have, they weren't here. I put in the work, you know what I mean? And I understand what this whole trucking thing is, I know, let me tell you, I know the requirement that you gotta meet. I know the standard that you gotta meet. All of that stuff I know. I know all of that stuff that you gotta meet. I know what you gotta do to survive all year. I know the relationship that you need to have. I know the relationship that you need to build. All of that stuff. Because it's not just buying a box truck and coming out here. It's not just buying a semi and coming out here. It's more to it. It's more to it. You got to have money put aside for your truck breakdown. You got to have money to gas this truck up. I just spent $650 in gas. You gotta have money to maintain this truck. You know what I mean? I just 650 in gas, and I bought a tire this week, $62. So right there, just in those two pieces of just that, those two purchases alone is over $1,000. Just those two purchases. Let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. And I'm gonna show you guys in a video because I'm making my video, but I'm gonna show you the people on the lot. See this right here? I had to buy this yesterday. This is $716. Because when my tire blow out, it hit the debris from the tire, hit this box in the back of the trailer and damaged the whole thing. So right now, I got a damaged box there. Pipe and everything is all damaged. That's $716. $16. It's more than that, but the guy gave me a discount. You gotta have those type of money. You gotta have money for those stuff. Vernon is up next week for the mentor for the testimony. See what I'm saying? So it ain't cheap being a trucker. And then you know, my mud flap hanger was damaged. All of that stuff I had to purchase $166 for the mud flap hammer, and it's not include the mud flap. The mud flap is $20 $20 each. So we're talking about 166 plus $40. See what I'm saying? So you're talking about another over $200. It's not cheap being a trucker. What my boy Sang say, you want to roll with the big dogs? Want to roll with the big dogs out here, it's going to cost you. That's probably why a lot of content creators give pushback, keep it real. Exactly. A lot of content creators ain't going to tell you the truth. Number one, they can't tell you the truth. I mean, they can't. Number one, they can't tell you what they don't know. They don't know. All these stuff I'm telling you, they don't know that. These content creators, they just start to talk about a lot of stuff because they hear it from people like me and Mark the Mentor and watching the Wise Man podcast. Now they start to talk about cost per mile and partial and yeah, you got to double up on your truck, and yeah, you got to make sure the broker this, that, and the third, and you got to know. They just start talking about that stuff. Go back and watch videos 3 months ago. They weren't talking about that stuff. They weren't talking about that stuff. They were talking about the best thing that ever come in trucking in their mind, which was Amazon. Amazon is the best thing that ever come in trucking for a lot of these content creators. The best thing. And now Amazon is shutting down. Shutting down a lot of the stuff that they could get away with, you know. Amazon now are you gotta have what? How much money? What is it? 180 days? 180 days. And you can, I heard now that you can sign up someone and let them run under your authority or something like that, because, you know, they scan your face and all of that stuff. So when guys could add multiple driver on their profile, but they're the same person driving, just logging in on a different profile, Amazon is cutting that out. Yes, they do it at Amazon too. They go at Amazon, and then when they sign up, they add themselves 3 times. They'll put Kirky Fresh as a driver, then they'll put Mark the Mentor, then they'll put Mark the Mentor Fresh, then they'll come back and they'll put Kirky Fresh too. You know? They're doing no more ghost drivers, thank you, Mark. They're doing facial recognition when you go to Amazon now. If you run Amazon Relay, they're doing facial recognition to make sure that the person who added to the driver account or added to the driver list is the actual person who is logging on as the driver in the Relay app. So yeah. I know a lot of Amazon people saying, they got me, bro. They got me. See what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy. So no more ghost driver for Amazon. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and say that, you know, you gotta find You gotta find in this whole box truck space and trucking space, you gotta find your niche. You gotta find your niche and you gotta work accordingly to your niche. You know what I mean? If you're a final mile guy and OTR is not for you, then final mile, that's your niche. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do OTR and final mile is not for you, then it is what it is. If you want to do a little of both, same thing. You know, but you gotta know these things. You gotta know these things because a lot of these guys, you know what I mean? Mark said, how come the final my guys know this but the Amazon content creator can't speak on it? Oh man. How come that's the final my guy? Hey man, how come the guy that don't work at Amazon know that you have to get facial recognition? But the Amazon guys who go there every day never speak on it. This is crazy. You know why? I know why. I'm gonna tell you why, Mark. Because if you tell people they'll make money from doing Amazon, and you can tell people that just add a next person as a driver, if you tell them that they're the only one that's gonna do it, they're probably just not gonna take your mentorship. I'm just saying, probably. They're probably not gonna go to your course. Oh, you can tell them that later on after they sign up. But to get them to sign up, you may not want to say that out publicly. That's one way I can think. But yeah, guys, it's crazy. Amazon is cracking down. The brokers out here, they're not paying the rate because again, it's not the pandemic, you know, all that stuff. But as far as guys are saying that truck drivers and money and box truck drivers are making the same money as this, that, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where the trucking world is not taking place. I just explained to you guys again $5.80 and $3.66. I do a total of over 1,700 miles this week. So you guys do the numbers. You know what I mean? I'm running at my man said, Mr. What Green said was Andrew said, you know, $9.46 a mile. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I never complain. You know, like Mark the mentor says, I don't complain. I give people solution. See, I'm not out here complaining. I find what the problem is and I fix it. You know what I mean? I come up with a solution to make my business more profitable. I don't sit down and complain and whine and worry about a lot of stuff. I come up with solution for the problem. You know what I mean? And that's how I make it work for me. So you gotta stop complaining and come up with a solution. I don't know. Maybe you're getting advice from the wrong set of people. Stop watching those people. Maybe you're just booking load from cheap brokers. TQL, Global Trans. I heard a YouTuber said the same thing. When you buy a box truck, make sure your box truck can fit a U box. That's not the reason why you should buy a box truck. You should buy a box truck so you can make profit when running your box truck. I'm not buying no box truck to fit no particular equipment. And a matter of fact, if I buy a box truck to fit U boxes, I've shown you guys numerous times. U boxes doesn't pay any money. You go on BAT right now. You would see that the price for one U box, the more they added onto that one U boxes is the less money you get. So they'll pay you 650 for one U box, but then try to pay you $800 for two U boxes, or $1,200 for three U boxes. Why would I buy a box truck to go take a loss? Why would I do that? You should buy a box truck that you get that the sole purpose of your box truck was is to make money. Now, if you're talking about the dimension, the higher your box truck and the more specs out your box truck is, it's better for you, such as a higher door clearance, 13 inches, 13 feet 6 inches. Preferably if you can get a swing door, but those are not you're not gonna find those trucks around like you'll find a roll-up door. I got a buddy right now. He got a box truck, and his truck, because he ordered from the guy, and the guy gave him the highest height he can go on a box truck, right? When he opened it, it's 102. It's like a semi, and it's a swing door. 102. So you might have a box truck that is 98 inches high or 99 inches high, you know. Then you might have a box truck that have an air ride suspension. You might have a box truck that got a sleeper. It's all. But regardless of whatever equipment you have, you know, the higher the better. All of that stuff. But you know what I mean. Marty Mentor said to drop the link. Let me see if I can drop the link. Because right now let me see if I can drop the link. Wait a minute, Mark. Let me see if I can get the link. Guess. Let me see if I can drop the link. Hold on a minute. But yeah, guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Hold on, let me drop the link for Mark. I just dropped the link, Mark. But yeah, so those guys who are telling you to buy a box truck just because you want to take a U box, don't listen to that stuff, man. That's you know what I mean. That's not how you go about buying a truck. All right, that's not how you buy a truck. Buy a truck because you want to make a profit. Buy a truck because you want to come out here and run a trucking business. Buy a truck because you know once you come out here, you're gonna work that truck. This is why I don't get caught up into this whole entire Cummins engine with Allison transmission and it's a 20 this and that. Like I don't get caught up in that stuff. When I buy a truck, I just buy a truck that I just let me tell you guys how I buy my truck. I research my truck, which is I just know that Volvo is the two top best truck if you want to get a truck in the trucking business. See what I'm saying? I don't go around trying to get a Volvo. I don't get that type of truck. I don't buy my Volvo. You got Volvo with Cummins engine. You know, I don't get that stuff. Let me see if Mark is there. Let me see if Mark. Let me see if Mark come up. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm looking for Mark. I might have to turn my phone around. Let me see. No, Mark is not. Oh, I dropped the link, Mark. If you want to come up. All right, I got Mark. I got Mark right here. Uh, Hold on a minute, Mark.
Kirky Fresh, what up?
What's up, man?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning, man. I'm out here running over to North Carolina, man. You know it is.
Yeah, I see, man.
Yeah, man.
Watching
I
you,
I,
man.
I was
Or
watching
listening to
this
you,
this.
rather.
Yeah, I'm just talking about
Your phone.
uh
Go ahead.
these live stream about people are coming in the box shop, the trucking business, asking, is it better to get a semi versus a box truck? But then you have box truck people
Mhm.
telling people to get don't get a semi, get a box truck, or you got vice versa. You know what I mean?
I think people should get, honestly, what one, like what I teach them, what they can afford, and
Right.
two,
That's the first thing.
and two, you know your learning curve. Some people catch on to things a lot quicker than others. Some people are sharper than other people. Some people
Right.
aren't that sharp. And each individual person knows, you know what, I don't comprehend as well as I know I could or as well as other people. So,
Hmm.
each level you go up, I tell people the bigger the vehicle, the more advanced it is. Hello? 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 Kurt, yo, I think I'm still alive, but I don't see you, Kurt. Kurt,
Mark,
yo.
sorry about that. I hit a dead spot.
Yeah, so I was saying the bigger the vehicle,
Uh huh.
the more advanced it is. And if you know you can't comprehend,
Uh
or you're
huh.
not a quick learner, then you should start with something easier and work your way up. It's just like I said in this other video. You got box truck dreams, but you got cargo van money.
Money. Right. Right.
You see
Right.
what I'm
But
saying? So
right.
go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, you got some semi truck drivers who been in the game, the business for a while, and they're now downgrading to a box truck, but they're making it seems like the better equipment to get
Uh,
is the box truck. You know what I
hey,
mean?
Kurt, let me break it down like this, and I've said it over and over again. You just said it. Experience is gonna always be your best teacher.
Right.
Experience and your location. All right. The reason why I always expound on experience is to sink it through people's heads, when they go out and spend their money on consultations and shit like that.
Right.
Another reason why I always throw the fact that I'm in Chicago is because when you hear every single content creator that runs middle mile talk about where they pick up freight and where they gotta go, you cannot say Chicago. So me, I'm just in an awesome space to be a creator one and have the experience because
Right.
I can just tell you everything. I don't run semi trucks, right? I don't run it, but from being in a market, right, that it's hot for freight, right? I can tell you and kind of forecast because I'm here. My homies run semi trucks. You see what I'm saying? So I have a first hand insight on what the freight looks like. I have first hand insight on what the rail yards look like. They tell me everything. Why? One, because I'm their homie, and two, they know I create content, so they want to put me in the best position to win online. So all the inside information, they want to give it to me, right? You can tell people these things, but people don't comprehend it. I tell people all the time, bro, it takes a real skillful person to be a semi truck driver as an owner operator right now. Semi truck drivers that are owner operators for the most part ain't winning out here right now. You see what I'm saying? They're
Mhm.
not winning.
Mhm.
Who's winning? The company drivers. I tell people this all the time, but yet still, I see people get into the space. You're winning. It's a select few that's winning, right? But for the most
Right.
part, a lot of people that come in that don't really have the knowledge, don't know how to operate, come in with a high initial cost, not willing to put in the work, don't know how to move and shake, they're not willing to win. Why? Because it's a tougher lane. It's a tougher lane. I have homies
Right.
right now that
Right.
work that drive
That's what
semi
I'm
truck
saying.
that's
Right.
company drivers that make $3,000 a week local. They don't have any cost associated with the truck they run. None of that shit. They come, they do their little 12, 10 hours, whatever. They make their money, they go home. Truck breaks down, they pull it back to the JB Hunt yard or to the whatever yard they working
Mhm.
for, and they take it to the shop. These truck companies have shops right there. They drop it off, and they say, all right, here go a loaner truck until your truck comes out the shop. They don't incur any of that cost.
Mhm.
They don't incur any of that cost.
Mhm.
It's like my homie said. He said, "Man, when I look at the company drivers, when I pull up at work and I look at the company driver cars, I see toys. When I look at the owner operators, I see struggle. And that's just the
Right.
nature of the business. Now that's not to say that everybody is doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But for the most part, the owner operators are struggling right out here right now. Trucking.
Yeah,
You
a
know what I'm
lot of
saying?
them are.
Yeah. So, experience is gonna always be your best teacher. You can't believe, like you said, everything you hear on the internet. A lot of these
Mhm.
people ain't privy to certain information. One, because they don't have years of experience to even be able to consult somebody like how you or me can. And then I think that's where we get a lot of issue and why a lot of content creators have been targeting us lately. You see what I'm saying? Because we're jeopardizing what they was able to get away with,
Right.
during the pandemic. You can sell a motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry. You can sell a person a dream when there's no one
Mhm.
else in the space that has that experience. Everybody got the same level of experience. We just came in.
Right.
Then when you got a guy that's came in that's been around since 2010, and then you got a guy that's been around since 2011, and you put them two together, it's a
Right.
force to be reckoned with. Because now
Right.
we're detrimental to what they've had going on for the past year and a half.
Right.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and then it's like it's like just feeding the information to people without even exposing the inexperienced people. It's kind of like expose them. Like you don't have to expose them, but just the way you're talking about it and what you're sharing, let them get exposed. So now people start to like look at them sideways, and I
Yeah,
think
look
that's
at
why
yourself.
a lot of content creators, they give these pushback. You know what I mean? A lot of people are,
But
you know,
they push back with goofy stuff. They don't push back when it comes to information because they can't push back because for the information you can't have an
uh-huh,
information war because the information we give it is solid. You see what I'm saying?
exactly,
It's
right,
solid. So they push back with goofy shit. You see what I'm
right,
saying? They
yeah,
expose who they are as a human being. You see what I'm saying?
hmm,
And that's why I just that drives me to just do more. The people who got the experience is giving you everything you need to know for free.
hmm,
The
yeah,
less experience, they charging premium prices
premium
for for,
prices, right,
for less experience.
but less experience, right,
So, but here's the thing, I don't knock them for that. That's why I always say, you know what, that's your decision. You made that
right,
decision because they one thing I can tell you that they didn't do that they kept it funky about is their
I-
journey. They ain't never lied to you about their journey. They told you. You
right,
you made that ill advised decision. So no,
Yeah.
instead of you saying to go at them, I'll hold you accountable for making that ill-advised decision. That's why I use the lawyer. That's why I use the lawyer example. If I'm fighting
Uh-huh.
the case, I don't want a lawyer that my life is on the line. I don't want the lawyer who just passed the bar yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I want the
I,
lawyer who's been practicing law for 20 some years. Why? Because
I,
my life is on the line. Your business is your livelihood. That's your
right.
livelihood. You invested to that. So you're gonna invest in someone who's been doing this shit, what, a year in
Uh-huh.
the space? What
Uh-huh.
what 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 information have they gained in a year? They're still trying to figure stuff out.
Uh-huh.
They ain't been through no trials and tribulations. Let me know when you have an example like they gave last night on running a company. You got 50 some people and you can't make payroll. How are you able to uh, uh, execute your way out of that situation? This is what experience brings. These people ain't been in them situations yet. They
Yeah,
ain't had enough
right.
time. They still trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little story, right?
Yo,
I was talking to one of my truck buddies, right? He has a uh, he has a he has a box truck, right?
yeah,
And his driver gets speeding ticket, right?
yeah,
While driving the truck.
uh-huh,
So what they do, they pay the speeding ticket. They just go ahead and pay it, right?
yeah,
So I'm telling him that it shows up and his safety, it affects his safety score, right?
yeah,
So I'm telling him that whenever you get a speeding ticket, doesn't matter if you have a class A or whatever, right?
okay,
You have to you have to get rid of that speeding ticket. So I was giving him the scenario with me, right? Since I've been driving this semi, I get 3 speeding tickets since I've been out here. The last one I got was a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? And that speeding ticket was lowered down to a headlight. She wrote the prosecutor wrote it down to a headlight. So I was telling him that, and the other two, the first one, the judge, I paid the court costs and the fine, but the judge expunged it because I got a Class A license. The point that I'm trying to make is that a lot of people don't understand that when you get these tickets to protect your MC, you have to not fight, because I didn't use attorney and none of these stuff. I just reach out to the prosecutor and the clerk and set up a time. But I negotiated not having my record or not having that thing on my company. You know what I mean? So again, like you were saying, experience. I learned these stuff over the years. You understand? And so I don't fall victim to that type of violation that's gonna end up on my record. You know what I
right,
mean?
right. That also
So
go
yeah,
that also go back to the common sense too. A person who don't
exactly,
have good common
exactly.
sense that makes a ill ill-advised decision like investing into something like that without doing your research into someone who hasn't lied, they've shown their journey. You can't
Uh
fault
huh.
anybody but yourself. So when those people go and say,
Right.
"Oh, I bought this and I bought that and I spent this much on it," and it was on Google, I say, "Well, man, that's your fault. That's your fault. I
Yeah.
don't knock them because guess
Right.
what? At the end of the day, people gonna hustle, bro. People
Right.
going. If it's a product, he said it the other day. If people ask for it, I'm gonna give it to them, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you can't knock nobody for that. See, I'm gonna always keep it funny with you. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
you paid for it. I'm not
Right.
gonna. I'm not gonna. My life on the line. I'm not gonna spend money on a lawyer who just graduated and passed the bar last week. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, bro. Come on, come on. Hey, mama, I'm locked up. Here go everything. Here go the code to the safe. Go ahead,
Right.
man. Put up
Uh-huh.
my condo. Put up this property. Put up that property. Man, I'm finna
Yeah.
fight this shit from the outside. You dig
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And we gonna go pay whoever we need to pay.
Uh-huh.
Whatever we need to pay. If my assets ain't enough, my mama need you to put up the house, put up your property too. Come on, we finna
Uh-huh.
fight, cause we finna pay the best of the best. Cause my life is
Exactly.
on the line. I'm not
Yeah.
finna. I got assets, right? I got assets to put up to pay for the best of the best, right? And I go get somebody who passed the bar last week, and my life is on the line. That shit don't make
Right.
no sense to me.
Right. Right.
That shit don't make no
And
sense to me when
and,
I got
and,
assets. Man,
and
shit,
like that.
I'm gonna take a risk with the assets, because guess what? I know how to get it back. I'm gonna put up the assets, we're gonna pay this person, I'm gonna win. And guess what? Now I'm starting back at ground zero, but I got the work ethic and I got the smarts to know how to get it back.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. It's crazy. And just like the guy said, I was watching on the YouTube short. Same thing the guy said. You know, if I'm paying for equipment, you know what I mean. I'm gonna make sure that I get the best rate, not just take any old rate. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna surround myself with brokers that I know that are gonna be paying me, fairly. See, a lot of people come out here and they run into a lot of these dishonest brokers, dispatchers, um, you know, a whole bunch of stuff that just instead of bring them up, they just bring them down. You know what I mean? So you're right. You gotta pay for the best, and you gotta pay people that have experience. Have experience.
Gotta have experience. So yeah, man, I just
hmm
think, I just wanted to jump on with you, man, give my 2 cents on what you was talking about. I just think
I'm
it's
gonna
really a
send it.
link.
I'm
Huh?
gonna. You see that attorney analogy you use.
Yeah,
Remember that guy that was in Florida that get away from the murder charge? Remember that Arbery. Remember Arbery
yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah,
girl?
yeah,
If
yeah.
you go and watch his the closing argument from his attorney,
hmm
oh man, it was epic, bro. It it sounded just like what you're talking.
hmm
You see what I'm saying? It
hmm
sounds just what I mean when he talk about the how sloppy the investigation was and how
hmm
lie the police was. It's
hmm
years of experience that you know what I mean. Like
hmm
it was crazy. You know what I mean?
And
But
just
yeah,
and just for
man.
and just for me to even come up with these analogies to put it in perspective for people, just comes from years of experience of just doing business and knowing how to communicate
Right.
with people. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination
Exactly.
of my experience, but then you have to add in the educational aspect of it too. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
and advising people on what to do to be successful, but also advising them on where they made a mistake and putting it into perspective for them on why would you do this dumb shit? You can't call out nobody. See, here's the thing. I don't. You can't call out nobody if you made the decision. Here's where you made the bad decision. I get
hmm
what you're saying, but also here's where you made the bad decision. If you're going to be a successful business person, you're already coming into the business making bad decisions.
Right.
You got to hold yourself accountable too. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, what you're saying is absolutely right. The bigger the vehicle, the more advanced it is. You got to know your skill set. You got to know your
Right.
skill set and your mentality and how well you comprehend. Because you're going to have to
hmm
comprehend a lot of stuff in order to be successful. Right? If you know what, I wasn't good in school, my comprehension is, maybe I should start, forget even start with a cargo van. Maybe I need to go do one of these car contracts and just get my feet wet and delivering medical products in a car. You got to know. But if you jump all the way up to a 26-foot box truck and an economy, here's another thing, Kurt. Here's another thing. The industry is different from when me and you came in. It's a lot
Uh-huh.
more advanced. We
Lot
were
different,
early
right.
adopters. We were early adopters. Shit wasn't popular when we got in. You know what I'm saying? We were early adopters. As time goes on, things become harder and harder to be successful in. Why? Inflation,
hmm
rates are down. I was making 2012 $600 a route doing Final Mile, doing IKEA.
Mhm.
$600 a
Right.
route. And it was simple work. You talking about IKEA.
Right.
Bro, they paying $600 a route right now to do appliance work.
Right.
Being an early adopter in the e-commerce boom when companies were selling off their fleets of vehicles, Montgomery Wards and all these places, when they were handling home delivery, Sears, they were handling their own home delivery. When they started to outsource that to third party logistics companies that were just normally just ran small parcels, they didn't know. It took them years to figure out how to adapt to doing big and bulky stuff now. They took the contract, but the carriers that they had weren't used to maneuvering this big bulky freight. So then that's where the
Right.
moving companies came in and we got paid a premium. I was an early adopter. Now that things are figured out, the logistics company, no, we don't have to pay these guys that much.
Right. Yep.
So things get harder as time goes on. Things get harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Harder
saying?
and expensive. More
Harder and
expensive.
expensive. Harder and expensive. Like when we
Yeah.
tell people like, man, to rent a 26-foot box truck back then was $450 a week. They gave you 1,500 free miles, and then it was 12 cents
Right.
a mile after that. People like,
Exactly.
what? No, I'm not lying to you.
Yep. Yep.
That's what it costs to rent a 26-foot box truck. All these hoops and shit they make you go through now. It was simple as going there, giving them your business debit card or credit card. They'll charge you the 450 plus the tax. They'll give you the 1,500 free miles. Your account manager, which you don't have to pay for. You know what
You
I'm saying?
don't have
They'll
to
call
pay
you
for it
next.
because it's there. Right.
Right, that's his
Exactly.
job to manage your account. He'll call you next
Yeah.
Friday. Hey, Mark, the truck you rented.
That's
Can we
that's the
rewrite the
mo-
contract? Yeah, we can
that's the
rewrite it. What's the
most
amount?
stupidest thing that I ever seen promoted on YouTube, bro. It is this people paying for an account manager. That is the most, man. I'm telling you,
Hey,
bro.
but
Like,
Kurt, but see, here's the thing that goes back to what I was talking about experience. See, these guys ain't been around long enough to know these stories
damn,
that we talking about. We OGs.
damn.
We
You
OGs.
paid three
See,
hundred dollars for a guy number when an account manager is literally in every rent a company office.
bro, people take the term manager, account
Yeah,
manager, like it's a big term. Account manager, everybody that works at one of these places is an account manager. You walk into the
right.
place, the person who rents you the truck is an account manager, just like a
Exactly.
salesperson. It's just a fancy name for a salesperson. If they rent you the truck, they
Right.
become your account manager because they're going to manage your account. They're going to be the
They're
ones that's
gonna
going to
manage
call
your
you.
account.
They're going to be the one that calls you every week to rewrite the contract. The terminology is called rewriting the contract. Yo, okay, you rented
Hmm.
this truck 450 a week. We gave you 1,500 miles. We rented you at 50,000 miles. How many miles are on it? Oh, we're at 51,000. Okay, so you didn't do the 1,500 miles, so there's going to be no mileage charge. Is it okay if we process a credit card? Yeah, go ahead and process a credit card. Are we going to process for $450? I'll call you next Friday when
Right.
it's time to rewrite the contract for the following week. There was no money down, 2, 3 years in business, none of that. Why?
Uh huh. Yeah. None of that stuff.
Because it wasn't popular back then to the point where enough people have got in and made it
Hmm.
bad for the newcomers that are coming in, taking advantage of the
Yeah.
system. During the
Yeah.
pandemic, getting into the
Well.
business, not knowing how expensive the business is. When the industry shifted, they couldn't handle it. They didn't have enough working capital. They didn't understand this stuff. See, these guys can't talk about this stuff because they don't know it. They
Right.
don't know it, Kurt.
And another thing to Mark, while you're on talking about the rent a truck stuff, that I'm gonna tell you right now, that rent a truck stuff not only just damaged the relationship with the rent a company, but it damaged the whole broker box shop community when it comes on to some brokers using box shop. Like, a lot of these guys come on here with these rental truck and they cause mayhem and disaster. I'm telling you, just when I tell you, bro, you man, when you if you ever hear the stories that these guys come on here and do,
I've heard them.
damage.
I've
You
heard
see
them.
what I'm saying?
I've heard them from people who've done
So
the damage.
forget
I've
about
heard
the
it from the.
price.
Mhm.
Forget about the price that they pay to get in. But once they pay that price and come in, they
Yeah.
damage this whole entire market, bro. They left a wreck
Oh yeah.
when they leave. You see what I'm saying? And
You know.
now this is why a lot of people are having backstop issue when they come out here with these brokers. Thanks to your content creator that put a lot of people in backstop.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. But that's just that's any business. You know what I'm saying? Early adopters gonna always have the advantage, and when you come into things later
Uh-huh.
on, once the things have become popularized, you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing: when people get to talking about it, the real money already been made.
Exactly.
So this is why I can comfortably sit up here and talk about this stuff from experience, not get challenged because the information is what it is, right?
Right.
And and make a shit ton of money that I don't have to do this type of shit at this point in my
Right.
life. I've built enough assets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I built enough assets that I live comfortably because I put the work in when the money was plentiful and people wanted to bring their ass to work. Cause I made
Yeah,
so much
exactly.
money, it's pathetic. Why I told you this shit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, I seen it. You have to tell me. I seen
You've
it.
been here.
I've
So you
been
know what
there.
I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So like it's just
Yeah, you
I,
and
sa-
you don't and then you don't have no kids. You
I
don't
ain't
have
got
no
no
kids and you're not
kids,
married.
right? And I
So
sacrificed.
you're one
That was
hundred
part of
percent profit. You're
that
not,
was all,
you know what I mean?
and that was all the sacrifice. I was spent all those years busting my ass. I spent
Yep.
all those years busting my ass, Kurt. And you know what? At the end of the day, I do say, sometimes, I can't say that, I wish I. But here's the thing: if I would have did that, that would have slowed me down, and I wouldn't be here. I can always do that. I can always go back and do that.
Oh yeah.
But at
Oh
the end of the
yeah.
day, I'm
Oh yeah.
comfortable. There's a lot of people out here struggling. You dig what I'm saying? I took
Exactly.
advantage of the
Yeah.
situation. You got to know your run. You got to know when the market is
Uh-huh.
hot. It's just like the stock market and anything else. 2020 was hot. I knew it was hot and I knew it wasn't going to land. I took advantage. I took
Yeah.
advantage
Hey
of
Mark.
that.
Hey
Yeah.
Mark. Where I parked my truck, I saw two couple there sleeping, right? Two
Yeah.
different cars. A man and a woman in each car. And they always one of the guys always there.
Mhm.
I saw him a couple times always like watching the truck, all that stuff, right? And they're older couple. One of them old, one of them young, right? And I was talking to him the other day before I leave, come to judge, and I was like, I saw you here all the time watching the truck, and he's like, yeah, yeah, I saw you here park all the time. Well, turns out, he's trying to get an apartment. He lives in the car, right, because he stays at a Walmart. He lives in the car, him and his wife. I didn't even know that. But long story short, the point that I'm trying to make is that if you have a box truck and you think you're struggling, you want to go to the Walmart and just go there early in the morning, like 5, 6 o'clock, and watch how many people that don't have nothing. You see what I'm saying? Don't have anything.
Ron.
And
Remember I put Ron on
right,
the phone and I told you Ron's
right,
story and I called him,
right.
you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Uh-huh.
Living in his
Uh-huh.
truck. Had the
Right.
money when the market was Ron been trucking since the 70s.
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
warehouse, my warehouse, he owned it. He lost it.
Right.
He bought the
Yeah.
warehouse for
So
250,000 back in the 90s. You see what I'm saying?
so
And
you
now he's
read
living in his truck. He was in trucking prior to deregulation. And here he is
it.
now living in his truck, living in his truck.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Eh,
So
yep.
mentality.
Yep.
Truck broke
Mentality.
when
Yep.
I called him. Remember when I called him, his truck was broke down and he couldn't afford to fix it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember.
So
Yeah.
I was
We
giving man,
we 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 you made a mistake and promised him, and he was like wanting you to come right now when you told him you got some money for him.
and that's
He's
how
like, when
desperate
you
he
gonna
was.
come? When you gonna come? What
That's how
time?
that's how desperate he was. That's how
But
desperate he
yeah,
was.
5 star logistic one. He said, how do you guys feel about business partner? I never had business partners, so I don't. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to answer that. How do you feel about business partner?
Me, I've never had a business partner in any business. My mother always taught me, God bless the child that's got his own.
Yeah,
And
right.
I know how I am. I'm very controlling. I know
Uh
how my
huh.
mind is, and I just think that any person that I partner with, we probably wouldn't align.
Right,
So it's
right.
just best for me to take the risk on my own. You
On
know
your
what I'm
own,
saying?
right?
And I always remember when my mom said, when I, you know, had business ideas and thought about aligning with friends or other people, she always would say, you know what, God bless the child that's got his own. So I've taken those words and I've just,
Yeah, yeah, I never have it. I never have it. I feel like first you gotta is like, why do you need a business partner? How you gonna split the profit? Why, it's
my
just too
bad, my
much
phone,
stuff.
somebody was calling me.
Yeah, I no, I was saying I never have it, but I was saying first you gotta people gotta figure out why do they need a business partner. You know what I mean?
I think
And how
people
you
just try
gonna
to get a
split the
business partner
profits and all
to,
of that stuff. You know what I mean?
here's the only reason I have ever looked into a business partner. It was not for the initial investment. Was
Uh
not for
huh.
the initial investment. The only reason I looked at a business partner, and when I say looked at a business partner, this was later on in life. This was after
Right.
success with moving, success
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
playing around for other ventures. And the reason why is because I have things going on. So it's not
Uh
to,
huh.
for the initial cost, it's to split the risk. See what I'm saying? I've thought
Right.
about
Right.
business partners for to initially split the risk and to split the time invested. You know what I'm saying? If I have a partner in certain
Hmm.
startup business, you know what? I'm splitting the time and I'm splitting the risk. So, that's why, but then I've always had to resort back to, you know, counsel from my mom and then just thinking about how I am. I'm a very,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
got my mind stuck on something, I don't have time to sit and negotiate with a partner. It's either I'm gonna
Yeah.
win or I'm gonna fail. I take big risks. Take big
Yeah. I
risks.
think I think that that's exactly how I am because just like I was saying, I when I'm ready, like if I call a broker to book a load, I don't want to have to consult with someone. If there's a contract, you know what I mean? But hey, I think I think some people. It worked for some people for years. You got people who are business partner for years, but I've never done it. I've never tried it. So that's something that maybe that's individual choice they probably have to make, but I don't know. I've never done it.
Yeah, I've
So
never done it either. And right now in trucking, I think the
I definitely,
margins are just
if it's in trucking right now, I wouldn't do it.
no. It's just not
No
enough.
way.
It's just not enough room.
It's not enough money right now to be a business partner with nobody. The only way you're gonna be a business partner with somebody is unless the person is willing to unless that person understand the market and willing to take a loss if there's a loss come
A-
um in that investment.
And that's another thing. People will come up on a lump sum of money and say they want to get
Yep.
into business, but they're not business
Uh-huh.
people. So then what happens is when the money's not rolling in, things of that nature, they're whining and crying and
Right.
complaining about the money. A
Uh-huh.
person who's been in business understands you're going to have seasons, you're going to have wins, you're going to take losses.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah.
the money is coming in slow, but some people just want instant gratification, and it just doesn't work like that in business. Some people
Yeah.
can't stomach the hard times. They're too emotional. You dig what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the end of the
Yeah.
day, and they're not willing to take risks, whether they be calculated or whatever. They're just not willing to take those risks. And going back to like what you talked about, the partners, me, I'll take a big risk. I don't care if I lose because I know how to get it back, Kurt. I'm smart
Yeah.
enough to get it
Exactly.
back.
Exactly.
I know what to
Yeah,
risk.
and then I feel like if you're gonna be a business partner, if we're gonna be a business partner, or if you want to come in the existing business that I'm running, I just think that like you said, the investment is gotta worth it for me. It's not just you getting a profit, but you know you gotta the investment you gotta really it's gotta be up there. It's not just you giving me 20 grand and want 5%. You get what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. I don't know. I've never explored it, so
I did it one
but
time,
people
Kurt. I
people
did it
do
one
it. You know
time
what I
during the
mean?
pandemic. I did it one time during the pandemic for a junk removal business. I allowed him,
Uh-huh.
I started the company. I allowed him to buy in with the first trailer. I have all the equipment to move the trailer. We got a
Hmm.
um we got a PJ, 14-foot PJ with the 4-foot high walls. I said, all right, I'll invest in this junk removal company. I already got everything for the company. You know what I'm saying? All the like
Right.
little brooms and shovels and sledgehammers and all that stuff, that's a small investment. The biggest investments are the trucks and the trailers. I already have trucks. You get a
Hmm.
trailer, I'll allot one of my trucks that I'm not running to pull the trailer, right?
Hmm.
Just buy the trailer. At that time, this is before inflation. You can get a 14-foot PJ. We went and got it brand new. It was a 2021. Paid $10,000 for it. Now that thing is about 15, 16, 17,000 dollars. He put the 10,000 down. Obviously, he had PPP money. He just wanted to start a business. We started. I said, look, I'm gonna partner with you. You asked me. He was begging me to partner with him because he just didn't understand business. He said, man, you're the only person I trust as far as I know that's business smart. We did it. I said, bro, just sit back. I'm gonna direct everything. Sit back and get money, bro. Every now and again, I'm gonna need you to get on the truck and do the things. Just sit back and get money. Once the money
Right.
started rolling in, because it rolled in instantly, because I have experience, just in the field, in the relationship, and know how to, get it out there. Once that money started rolling in about a month and a half, 2 months, he got big headed. Now he want to pop up on job sites. He popped up on a job site, was getting in the middle of them, had the keys to the truck, was in the back of the trailer, ended up losing the keys to the truck, and a full 14-foot trailer jump. There was no way we were going to find those keys. So now the truck is stranded in the alley. Just goofy stuff like that, to the point where I'm like, man, you detrimental to the business. I told you to just fall
Right.
back and get money. I'm doing this to help you. You came to me. This is what I'm saying. People don't listen. I'm
Uh-huh.
utilizing my employees. I'm utilizing my know-how so that you can turn your little $10,000 into
Right.
whatever. Only thing I need you to
Right.
do is shut up and sit back. Be cool.
And sit back.
See, he
Yeah.
wanted to get in the mix so he could be seen, so he could have the image of, I own this company, blah 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 blah,
Right.
and
Right.
and,
Right.
and that's where the problem goes in. That dude,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're doing, and I had to remove myself from that, and it was ugly. It went
Exactly.
somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It was some street shit that went on behind it. I don't talk about it, but and this is why I don't
Do.
do business with people, because I know
Yeah.
how to do business. Some
Right.
people just don't know how to do business. They worried about the
Yeah. If I were supposed to bring somebody on as a partial buddy in business, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want 50% of what I make in partial. They're gonna be. They're gonna be like the one pick one drop of the first set of one pick one drop is yours, and the partial is mine. The second pickup is mine. You know what I mean?
But
So
there's
they
no
gonna
sense in
want
you bringing nobody in. Your business is up,
exactly.
established, and operational, and already profitable. You rolling.
Like the guy
People,
said
people,
last night, and you
people run their
live.
partners for desperation, bro. They looking for a bailout. A partner, once you up in operation, is just like a loan. You got somebody that's coming in that's
Right,
investing money to basically save your business. You see
right,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
So they're
Yep.
really buying in to save you. And more than likely, a person who buys into a business that's destitute, they're gonna take they're gonna take um, they're gonna take the control and advantage of the company. You're pretty much
Right,
giving your company up. They're gonna probably take 51% to your 49. So they're gonna have the control and investment to make the decision making for that business. Because clearly you don't know what the hell you're doing, but they see
right,
something. They see something that they're willing to take that risk, but a person that's going to take that risk, they're not going to take it with you being the majority owner and having the final say so. Like, man, we can
right.
sit up here and talk this shit all day.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, but
Yeah, so
uh, I never do it. But some people. So 5-star logistic, man. If you can't do it on your own, man, just leave it alone. Cause you might be asking for problem. You know what I mean? You might be asking for problem. So yeah, I don't. This whole business thing is something else. When you start to put people in it, you know what I mean? So you're right. I've never done it, so I can't give advice on it. You see what I'm saying? I can't. And again, when some people are actually, when it comes down to some people also, what a lot of people have to understand is sometimes you and somebody can be a friend for a while, never have an issue, and then you bring them in your business, and then now because of money and all of that stuff, it get ugly. So yeah, But
That's
you know,
definitely a good point. That happens all the time.
all the
Happens
time.
all the
And like the
time.
guy was saying on your live last night, um, he was saying, I think he was saying to Big Zoe,
Mhm.
he was saying that man, once you're over 2 years, you're in an excellent position when it comes down to borrowing. So I think something like that. He was saying that the longer your business is in business, you're more preferable. Bank love you more. See, I don't have a problem getting finance. I've never had a problem getting finance because I've been around so long, and I make sure that my equipment, which is my truck, I make sure all my stuff are paid for, all my stuff. I make sure that I pay anything related to my business. I make sure that I pay that stuff and pay it on time. You see what I'm saying? So when a bank go to look back at my record to give me something, I don't have a problem. And this is why I can always get from well-established finance companies such as Toyota and Volvo, and even my personal cars. I get credit unions. I just get better deal because you know I pay my
Uh-huh.
stuff on time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
really gotta just look at the business. If you can't do it, man, just I wouldn't mess with nobody when it comes down to that.
Yeah. I think it's a good business to get in, but I think it's just been over sensationalized over the past couple of years, and a
Yeah.
lot of people that catch the first bit of content that's
Uh huh.
making it seem like it's just the easiest thing in the world. It's just not that. And you got to really talk to someone who has been
Gotta
doing
really
this
talk to somebody who's
for
been doing it.
years, that has
Yeah.
experience, and they can tell you about the bad stuff, the things, and it's not necessarily bad stuff. It's just the things that you're going to be faced. You're going to be faced with. You're going to be faced with a lot of stuff. This is like man, people weren't talking about the market. I'm the one who came to this
Uh
whole content space and talked about economics.
huh.
That was my lane.
You
Now you
you
got
the
people
first
talking
one
about
that come and
market.
give the market analysis
Yeah, I'm
on
bringing
economic.
right. I'm bringing the economical. I'm bringing it because that's what it is. It's a boom and bust industry. They'll mention it, but they don't go into details like me. You see what I'm
Uh huh.
saying? They'll say, "Oh, well, the market plays a part," but they don't go into the details on how it plays the part.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I break it down, and the people that listen to me, they're gonna always be set up to win because I got the experience. And I'm gonna really explain it to them, and I'm not gonna over sensationalize it because it's not that easy, bro. Ain't nothing that you're
Mhm.
gonna make money in, especially a lot of money, easy. Because if it was, everybody would be doing it. And if it
Uh
was
huh.
so easy, you would have more content creators talking about it. They wouldn't have
Yeah.
left. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have left. They ride
Uh huh.
waves. They do the bandwagon. The reason I'm here, I came in at the end of that wave, but the reason why I can sit here and talk about it, even though it's not popularized like it was during the pandemic, because I'm speaking from experience. I don't
Right.
I don't have to. It's not hard for me to come up with content. It's not hard for me to advise nobody because I have years of experience.
Right.
So it doesn't cost me anything to talk about something that I've been through.
So I feel like some content creator might feel like um it don't take all that. You see what I'm
Don't take
saying?
all what? It don't take all what?
It don't take all that years of experience to up and run open up and run a business. So I
Okay.
think sometime when you talk and me talk, I think that could be a little of the why we get the pushback. Oh yeah, they're over there talking all that stuff, but guys, it don't take all that. You get what I'm
Hey Kurt.
saying?
Hey Kurt, the pushback come from being detrimental to what they got going on. When everybody's just talking about, get in the trucking game and run it up, and everybody's
Uh
saying
huh.
that, and
Uh
that's
huh.
all everybody's saying, and people are buying into it because you got a million people saying just get in, run it up. We over here in Amazon running it up. But then you have
Uh
someone
huh.
coming in and say, yo, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, let's talk about this, let's talk about that.
Uh
That
huh.
throws a monkey wrench into the game. right?
Right.
So even then, when they try to come back, damn, I got to do a little bit more work. Their experience level is never gonna. It's never gonna. They're never gonna win.
Mhm.
They're never gonna win. So it throws a monkey wrench in the game. So
Mhm.
then they start doing lame shit. You see what I'm saying? Then they
Yeah.
start exposing how much of a lame they are. You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
then they contradict themselves.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't take none of this shit personal. You dig what I'm saying? But people
Mhm.
expose how lame they is in real life. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro.
What do you always say? Goofball stuff.
Man, what I told you, Kurt, just let a person talk.
Yeah.
See, it's different. That's why I always talk about background, upbringing, stuff like
Mhm.
that, man. A person show you who they is. You know what I'm saying? A person can't even stand on business for shit that they say.
Yeah.
You ask a person a question, they can't stand on business for what they say, and then turn around and go do the same goofball shit. If
Exactly.
they can't stand up for what they say, let me stop. Let me stop, Kurt.
Hey man, you
Let me
know
stop.
me, man. I got my moments, man. I'm gonna be live. So real quick before you go. Monday we're going back to do the Wise Man podcast. That's gonna be the second season. So make sure that everybody's watching us. Join us over by Martin Mentor for the Wise Man podcast Monday. Sunday I'm gonna be doing my live stream, and tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the rise and fall of the box shot game. Right. So we have
Yep.
a busy week, and you're gonna do your testimonial Wednesday again. And we're gonna be on Monday. And you're gonna be on Monday and Tuesday, right? You're gonna be
Stop.
on Tuesday, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna be on Tuesday, right?
Hold on. Hold on, Kurt.
Yeah.
Uh, hold on. Let me switch it over to Bluetooth.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, just join us Monday. We're gonna
Let me switch it over.
premiere the Wise Man podcast, the second season. I'm gonna be live tomorrow, so don't forget to miss tomorrow live. The
Switch it
rise and fall of the box shot game.
over.
And I'm gonna be
Kurt, can you hear
Sunday.
me?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, there you
here.
go.
I'm gonna be, Sunday. And actually, I'm supposed to be doing a live stream with Mark Sunday after my live. So we're supposed to still
Yeah,
have that set up.
somebody wanna. Yeah, we're supposed to be having a conversation with someone who wants to
Somebody
have a
wanna, somebody
conversation.
wanna challenge Mark.
They really want to challenge. They really want to talk to both of us. I think more you than me, based on
Uh-huh.
the evidence. But we're gonna see what he want to talk about,
You
and
know,
and then
I keep it real. I keep it real. And shout out to Mark Brown. I keep it real, right? But I think when it comes on to people, being honest with themselves, you're gonna find people who's gonna support those people who are dishonest. And so that's what we're gonna be talking about because I really want to have that discussion. You know what I mean? Especially when you were breaking down certain things. I want to talk
uh-huh.
to those type of people to see why that conversation never even get. Forget about all the stuff. Why that part never connect? You know what I mean? I'm getting a
But
feedback.
people come. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you
Hold
and
on. Let me
yeah, I'm getting a feedback.
I'm in the car. I switch over to the car. Let me switch it. Let me switch it to my phone.
Yeah, shout
You hear
out
me
to
now?
Axel. Yeah, still getting the feedback.
All right, hold on. Let me switch it to my off the
This
car.
guy got so much gadget, man. You gotta. Leave some of your gadget at home, man.
I'm trying to figure out how to switch it from. Hold on.
What you driving? The Porsche Panorama?
Nah. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh man, let me stop messing Mark, man.
You still hear the feedback?
I still hear it.
All right, hold on. Let me
Go back
switch
on your
this. I know.
on your thing.
No, hold on. I know how to do it. Give me a second. Let me switch this here to there. What about now? You hear me now?
Yo, yeah. Nah, I'm not hearing it now. I'm not hearing it now. I'm hearing it, but I'm hearing it, but the feedback is gone.
Yo, what about there? Is that
Yeah,
better?
yeah, that's better.
All right.
I hear a little bit, but what you driving? Your electric Porsche? Your expensive Porsche?
Hey man, I can't let these cats know when I'm moving around the city in, man.
What is that Porsche called again? The wide body. What's that one called? The
That's the
electric one.
the, the Taycan.
The take on. Is that's what you're rolling in today?
No, not today. Not today.
And tell everybody your business, man. You know,
I'm in my
nobody.
I'm in my pickup truck today.
Hold on a minute. Nobody
Yeah.
watch us. Nobody watch us.
No, I'm in my pickup truck.
Hey, Axel. Nobody watch us, so we can say that. You know what I
No, I'm
mean,
in,
Mark?
nah, yeah, people watch. I'm in my pickup truck. I was just
No,
joking.
that no, that's what a content creator said. Nobody watches them. So if I
Uh,
say that, the word will get out.
man, I don't worry about what other people say.
You
But
know what I mean?
here's the thing: I don't worry about what people say because
Oh man.
ultimately, they not paying my bills.
Yeah.
They ain't putting the food in my mouth. They ain't funding my living expenses. So
Yep.
they just saying. You know what I'm saying? They just saying. So it is what it is. But
Yeah.
you know, I ain't really
Yeah.
tweaking.
Yeah, man. You living like a superstar in Chicago, man. You like Chicago finest box truck superstar celebrity over there.
I ain't a
You walk
superstar, but I
walk
can
in
tell
the
you.
you walk in the club, girls all over you, people know you. We don't pay to go in the club. All of that stuff was done. Come on, man.
Yeah, I tell you one thing. To live here is not
Uh-huh.
cheap. It's
Oh
costly to
yeah.
live here.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta work harder. I don't live in North Carolina and and
Hmm.
and Nebraska and some of these places, where the cost of living may not be as high. Taxes are steady going up. It costs a lot of money to live. We got the highest taxes in the
Hmm.
country, 10.25%. Like you
Right.
gotta you gotta make money to live here.
And you
So
live down, and where you live is expensive, man.
yeah, man. When I first bought my place, to now the taxes have went up so much. My mortgage has increased damn near $800
Yeah.
just because of the taxes, bro. So, um, you know,
Yeah, it's expensive
but
to be in
but
Chicago. I
you said
spent a
what?
weekend in Chicago. Remember, I spent a weekend in Chicago. I rent a car and we go around the city.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I came with two kids. And that
yeah,
was just a weekend.
yeah,
So can you imagine
yeah,
if I lived there? You know what I mean?
yeah. It's
It's
just costly. But that's why you gotta make money. So you know what I'm
yeah. Oh,
saying.
oh,
So
definitely,
you
definitely.
gotta
I
make
mean,
money.
we go to a spot, and I think it was what $57 per person. You know what I'm saying? And the kids only pay a certain price under a certain age, but they have to pay the same 50 some dollars. So it
Yeah, they
ain't
don't
cheap.
get no discount for that.
It ain't,
Not
it
for no
ain't cheap.
experience. The kids gonna have the experience too. Like back in the day, you could take kids under 12 get in free, kids under 12 eat free. Them days are over with. Them days is over
Mm-hmm.
with. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got 2 arms, 2 legs, you breathing, and you gotta pay the same that the adults pay. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You gotta pay the same that the adults pay. So it is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. But man, I just wanted to jump on and rap with you for a
Yeah,
minute.
so I guess somebody in the comments in the chat saying that what is this? Uh, trucking, trucking, trekking out the truck,
Man, you know who that
trekking
is.
out mom truck. Yeah,
You know who that is.
no, it's not. It's trekking. Hold on a minute.
Tricking out mom's
Trekking
box.
out mom's box. Yeah,
Man, you know who that is,
yeah,
trolling.
yeah, yeah.
If
Uh,
you know who that is, trolling. The person who
he
troll
said.
everybody.
Hmm. He
You know
said
who that is.
that they're running a special. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, man, it is what it is. I'm in the trucking business and I'm not complaining. So, I want to say something to you, man. I want to talk to you about something.
What's up?
What, what, what do you think about, what do you think about, well, you know what? I might have to just ask you behind the scene because I'll ask you behind the scene before I ask you open. I'll
Okay.
ask you, I'll call and ask you. But yeah, I'm going to
Excuse me.
be on tomorrow. I'm gonna be on tomorrow, and like I said, man, I'm running up this evening. I'm on my way now, actually. I'm in North Carolina coming through. So yeah, but I'm not complaining, Mark, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if you were here when I was sharing the cost per mile that I was running at. Hey, remember you called me yesterday? When you
Uh-huh.
called me yesterday, uh, and I was explaining to you about the rejection. You called me right when it happened.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I end up get $250 to take it about 40 miles north of where I was. So I was
Uh-huh.
talking about that this morning. So I was
Yeah.
saying little things like that is why people don't make money in trucking because they miss those little detail that they don't pay attention to.
Uh-huh.
And brokers be sweet talking them. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Hmm.
You know.
Hey,
And
Kurt,
on top of
any business person that complain in public, you got to give them the side eye. You know, ain't no real business person gonna come on public, ain't gonna complain in public anyway. Trust me, I done seen some dark days, but I ain't coming to the office,
right.
amongst my employees complaining. Why? Because that's gonna lower the morale, and then they gonna have the side eye like, damn, is we gonna get
Uh-huh.
paid? Is we gonna get paid? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
a real business owner is just gonna, whatever the situation is gonna be,
Don't take the L and keep
they
moving.
they're gonna do
Locate,
what they gotta
you know?
do to get themselves up out of that jail. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna come on
Yeah.
a public platform and complain.
Yep.
So it's just a lot of these guys. I have to remember, even they just new when it comes to business. Not only are they new,
Got the sauce
it's just a
for
it's
running
just a
at.
it's just a new era. We living in a new era, man. A lot of those old fundamentals of
Mhm.
you know because I see it with older people. I see older people having these same new ideologies when it comes to business. It's just not conducive. You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm thankful and I thank God that business is about timing. A lot
Mhm.
of it is about timing. You know what I'm saying? You can be in the right place at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Some people are going to enter and
Mhm.
they're going to have to, you know, they may not have time on their side. They could kind of
Mhm.
propel them to success a lot quicker than a person who's just in the right place at the right time, at the right moment. Like an early adopter. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take the cards that was there with you. At the end of the day, you chose to be a business owner. You chose it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could
Right.
easily go get a job and not have to worry about all the things that come that are associated with running the business, all the trials and tribulations. You punch the clock in 9, you
Uh-huh.
punch out at 5. If the roof falls, collapses, it don't matter. You still gonna get paid. It's not
Right.
your check still gonna be the same. But when you're a business
Exactly.
owner, you gotta take the good with the bad, and you gotta keep on trucking. No pun intended. No pun intended. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and a lot of people just, they just don't have that. They just don't. They just not cut. They
Let,
just
let,
not cut like that.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I know you probably can't give me the answer, but
Yeah.
just give me a rough number.
Uh
How much money you think the average Amazon box truck driver make in a week?
huh. If they're running according to what Amazon says,
Uh huh.
their rules,
Uh huh.
maybe I don't. I never ran Amazon, so I don't want to. I don't want to take that guess. But from what I researched from Amazon, what they say, this is what Amazon says: the average person who's really working hard makes about
Uh huh.
105,000 a year gross.
Uh huh. So how much a month? How much a month? A month that there? How much a month? How much a month they're making?
If they're making 105,000 dollars a year gross, 100
Uh
divided
huh.
by 12.
Okay, so 20. So so so
No,
you're
no,
saying
not
they're
20, not
making
20, not 20. They're making
20 a
about
month?
a little under 10,000 a month. The average. This is what they say the average. Now you're gonna have some people that are gonna
Oh yeah, that's
exceed
right.
that.
12,
You
12,
got
12 months.
right.
Okay,
So you got some people that
so
go ahead.
so they're making about 25, about how much a week?
Less
Well,
than
2,500 a week.
yeah, no, probably a little because you figure if 12 times, let me see, if it's 12 months in a year, um
Hmm.
let's say about 9,000. Nine times 12 is 108. So
Okay,
maybe say
cool.
a little less than 9,000. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
maybe like 8,500 a month. You know what I'm saying? But you're
All
gonna have
right.
some people that are gonna exceed that, and some people are gonna come under
So
that.
let's give them
You know what I'm
130,000 a year. Let's give them that, right?
saying?
To all the Amazon people who like to say that they got the Amazon jam and the Amazon sauce, that kind of money is good for you. Nobody's knocking you on that. Right, Mark? I'm just
Uh,
not used to that kind of money. That's not my kind of money. See,
See,
I'm a spoiled person. Hold on, Mark. I'm
yeah,
spoiled. And I like nice stuff. And a certain kind of money
mhm,
cannot give me what I like. You see what I'm saying? I like to
mhm,
take nice trips. I like to buy nice stuff. I like to wear nice clothes. And
mhm,
137 or 135 ain't cutting it for me.
yeah,
But to the people who are making that kind of money, that's fine. That's good. You
mhm,
get what I'm saying? Like you said early on, they might live in certain area that the cost of living is lower. Their mortgage is probably 900 a month.
yeah,
They're, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but I don't do Amazon. Amazon is not my thing. I'm not, Amazon money is not my kind of money. You
Amazon
see what
didn't
I'm saying? And
exist.
that's not a diss to nobody. It's
Yeah,
just not my kind of money.
that opportunity didn't exist. You know, when I came into the space, I applied for a DSP. It took them 3 years
Hmm.
to finally come on board me, and during the onboarding process, like I said before, the numbers just weren't adding up. And I saw that
Uh-huh.
early on, prior to all these DSPs, that were independent,
Hmm.
complaining and going bankrupt. You still have DSPs,
Right,
but the
right, right.
DSPs, for the most part, are the conglomerates that are DSPs in multiple states, and they have, $1 million startup capital, or FedEx contractors that were already FedEx contractors since the early 2000s, that came
Hmm.
in as DSPs that already have that infrastructure and that capital to be able to run that DSP business. But coming in early on, if I would have became a DSP in 2017, if I would have turned a blind eye to what my heart was telling me, I would have been in the
Uh-huh.
same situation as the rest of those DSPs that got caught up in that transition in 2018,
Right.
when they kicked all them to the curb and reorganized the DSP program into what and what you see today. but I just thank God that I take the time and I don't let things like, man, Amazon, because I was really excited when they called me, you know what I'm saying, but it just wasn't adding up. So once again,
Yeah.
I made a great decision because I would have been ruined by 2018. I'd have been done. There is no
I
way.
I
Huh?
you say you would have been ruined by 2018
I would have been ruined.
in terms of your business.
Yeah, I wouldn't have lasted a year because they control every aspect of it. And that's what I didn't like when I was going through the 30-day onboarding process.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even have the option to pay what I wanted to pay. I had to pay what they told me to pay. At that time it was
Right.
14.22 an hour. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
didn't give me the only thing that they gave me. They one thing they did back then, they was like, you're gonna need two dispatchers, and we're gonna cover the cost of those dispatchers at $1,500 a week. So I'm like, you're gonna pay
Mm-hmm.
each dispatcher $1,500 a week. But the more I thought about it, the dispatchers are detrimental to the business because remember, you're micromanaging it for Amazon, so they want to make sure that the dispatchers are getting paid to the point where they're gonna pay them, they're gonna pay them handsomely, and that they're gonna cover the
Mm-hmm.
cost of the dispatchers. You see what I'm saying? They were like, man, this is your bid per van per day. This is what you're gonna pay each worker. So for me to run 20 vans, my margin was 7 to 10%. Me running 20 vans a day, I was only gonna make $1,000 a day.
Right. Yeah, I'm not I don't know. I'm not I'm not it's not my type of thing, man. I
I
don't
don't
know.
knock it. I don't knock it. I don't even talk about it no more. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I you know, it
I
wouldn't
see
be
great I
conducive
see
if.
great
Go ahead.
Grace Logistics at 1,400 a day with Amazon is not realistic.
Yeah, that's 5-star logistics. No,
I mean, sorry, 5 star. Yeah,
fourteen
5 star.
hundred dollars a day is not realistic when they're controlling a major part of how you operate. You're running
Yeah.
one way, and
Well,
you're
Amazon only running in the night. It's only running the night.
right.
They don't use box truck in the daytime.
Yeah. So they
So
have a model.
it's a one shift and you it's a one shift and you can run but so many hours to make,
They
to make that kind of money.
they have a model that's
Hello? I lost Mark. Mark, I lost you. Hit the link and come on back. Yeah, $1,400 a day or $1,400 a night is just, you know what I mean?
my bad. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean
yeah,
it works for some people, but to me,
yeah.
I've never been a fan of the model. For me, just
I've never been a fan of Amazon from day one. I feel like when you work for Amazon, you're an employee. You got to follow what they say. You got to do what they say. I just, I went to Amazon the other day to deliver a pallet, and it took me almost an hour because the pallet was sitting at the end of the tail of the trailer, and they couldn't get the when they lift up the loading ramp, they couldn't get it under the thing. And I was telling the guy, all you got to do is just take a pallet and take out that one pallet first, and then you can open it and let it fold on. These guys have to call safety. They had a safety guy that worked 24 hours. They had to
mhm.
call safety and two managers. And eventually, the same thing that I'm telling them is the same thing that they end up, I have to go in the back and end up doing, which is it took an hour. I just don't like, it's just not my thing. I just think I don't want to say retarded
Mhm.
because they're big on safety, but some things is just common sense, man. I just think they overdo and over exaggerate and over process. And
Well,
like the
well,
time I went to Amazon and they were supposed to get 3 pallets,
well.
they
Here's the
emptied
thing.
a whole entire truck.
Here's the thing, Kurt. Over the years, they've evolved. So they have so many lawsuits pending that
Uh-huh.
OSHA and as far as the truckers on the road, FMCSA, and then
Mm-hmm.
just their own internal compliance, right? As time goes on, um, and they get hit with all these different lawsuits, they have to crack the whip, to
Mm-hmm.
change things around. Amazon is still fairly new as far as this whole logistics and selling everything outside of books. It's still a
Right.
baby. You know what I'm saying? So they're still
Right.
evolving. They're still learning. They're still going through the process. That is a behemoth of an operation.
Right.
So you can't take anything away what Jeff Bezos and his team has been able to accomplish in a short period of time. But it's a behemoth. So
Uh-huh.
they're learning and they're evolving and they're cracking the whip as time goes on. That's why they're tightening it up on the trucking side. When volume was high, they turned a blind eye to a lot of compliance. A lot of their
Yeah.
compliance that other businesses have that are their peers, FedEx, UPS, they've already been tight on compliance. The reason why
Mm-hmm.
Amazon was lax is because they needed the freight move. They're pushing the envelope. 10 years ago,
I.
e-commerce, 5 to 7 day delivery. Amazon pushed the
Uh-huh.
envelope on 2 day. Then they pushed the envelope on the next day. Then they pushed the envelope on the same day. Right?
Right.
So
Right.
to
Right.
push the envelope and challenge themselves, right, you have to have people, right? And in order to have people, you can't fire people for a lot of things that UPS and FedEx wouldn't allow. Companies that have already been operating in this space doing this
Mm-hmm.
for years. They already have the process down pat, right? So now that
Right.
things have slowed down for Amazon, I think they've ultimately reached their peak. As a
Right.
what happens with a company is they grow, they grow, they grow, they grow, they grow aggressively. Ultimately, one day they're going to reach their peak, which I think
Uh-huh.
Amazon reached its peak, right? And then they start to kind of level out. They're in the leveling
Right.
out process now, right? So now that they're in the
Right.
leveling out process, when they grew, they don't need all these people, right? So we have to have a reason to get rid of this over excess of people because we have a budget to adhere to as
To
well.
me.
So now we have to uh, uh, um, do the compliance thing. This is an easy way to get people. We just tighten up the compliance, which what we should have been doing anyway. But because we're a company, we need all hands on deck to
Mm-hmm.
meet the need of the customer. We don't
Right.
have that many customers that we need to meet the need of because we've leveled out now. So now we need to alleviate all of this overhead. So the easiest way to do it is strengthen up the compliance, what we should have been doing in the first place.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm gonna apply for Amazon because my buddy do it in a semi. I'm gonna apply for Amazon, and I'm gonna apply. I might see if I'm gonna see if Kenisha. I'm gonna let Kenisha probably do it this weekend, right? We're gonna go through the process. If I gotta, I know you gotta get some type of extra insurance. I'm gonna get that extra insurance, right? And then I'm gonna apply for Amazon. And then I'm gonna see if
Kurt, I think he hit a dead spot. Kurt, Kurt McGirt.
Mark.
Yo,
Oh,
yo,
you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Sorry about that. No, I was saying I'm gonna apply for Amazon this week. All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna apply and go through the process because I know I think you have to get some type of extra insurance. I'm gonna go through the process. If I gotta get the insurance, I'll get it, and I'm gonna get the ID badge and the whole shebang. You get what I'm saying?
right.
Because I want to see what the big hype is.
I wouldn't even waste my time, Kurt. You doing
No,
big.
it's not. It's
You
not
don't.
wasting time. I mean. To be honest with you, they got they got a couple Amazon in my facility. But I see. I wanna. I'm gonna do it and just see if it's a business that I would even put trucks in to run. You get what I'm saying?
Kurt, the only way I see you at your level, the only way you're gonna really probably get any satisfaction out of it is becoming an AFP. But
Right.
then it's gonna be like you're running your business, but you're not because really you're just micromanaging their business for them, and they're
Right.
compensating you for it. You know what I'm saying? They're compensating you
Hmm.
for it, but then the compensation may not be adequate to what you feel
What
like
I'm
it, you may
making.
feel like, man, I can make easier money doing less because you're going to dedicate 7 days a week. You're going
Yeah,
to
I ain't
dedicate
working for
7 days.
nobody for seven days. I
Because
don't
that
even work
process
seven
don't
days
stop.
now. I don't even
Right.
work
So
7 days now.
I've talked to DSPs, since
Uh-huh.
I've been a content creator. I've spoken to women DSPs. I've spoken to for that DSP video that I put out, and they've come to me and like, man, everything you said in that video is 100% right. You gonna go read the comments for the DSPs that are on there. They said I'm 100% right,
You know
and
what?
I only went
You
through the
know what's
process.
crazy?
Go ahead.
Uh-huh. No, you say you already went through the process or what?
And I didn't even become a DSP. I pulled out 30 days. I mean, before my 30-day training period. But all the information that they told me,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, it just how can a business sustain at running like that? You know what I'm saying? It's not. And then with the turnover, bro, like as far as the employment and how they penalize you, and it's just,
Uh-huh.
it's just you just have a high paid job. You have a high
Can it
paid
can it
job, and
can imagine I get up from my house 9 o'clock at night, start my truck, go to my pre-trip. This is a semi. This is more, the whole shebang. Drive down to Philadelphia, back up
Mhm.
at the loading dock, only to find out that the load is canceled.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think I'll be
So
a happy guy.
yeah,
Sandman said, James said that it's just a filler to get to a next from one city to a next city. Here's the thing with that though. I never have to book a load. I don't know. I never I never had to run from a city to a next city empty. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't need something to fill in because I'm my strategy to run my truck, I'm so detailed into what I'm doing. I never run where I need something to fill in for that. You get what I'm saying, Mark?
yeah. I hear you.
I don't ever have to do that. So I don't think if I sign up for Amazon, it would ever to be a filler. I don't need a filler. You know,
Mhm.
I'm leaving from. Listen, I leave from Atlanta. I'm picking up a load in North Carolina. It's over 200 miles. It's coming on the load on the truck, going in the direction of going home. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't consider that deadhead because I'm not empty. You
Right.
follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now, somebody would say, well, you got off the truck empty. It would be good if you have Amazon, you could fill the other off and then run up here and then drop it in there. But see, the rate I'm getting from just taking this load from out of Georgia home is enough to cover that one trip. So I can afford to run to a next city, 280 something miles away, and pick up a next load.
Mhm.
You understand? So I
Well,
don't
well,
need fillers.
well, yeah. So to each of when I look at it, man, some things work for some people.
It works for some people, yeah.
I get flack from content creators. They sneak diss me all the time with Final Mile. Oh, refrigerator on your back. But I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Right.
Owning a moving company and owning a Final Mile company, for years, it's hard work,
Uh-huh.
but it's very rewarding, especially the moving company. And you've seen that for
Uh-huh.
people that follow the channel that say, man, when I got into the
Oh
moving,
yeah.
you
Oh
got
yeah.
Big Joe made $2,000 in 2 days. You see
Oh
what I'm saying?
man.
I love listening to his stories because he's young. You know,
Yeah, Big
he
Zo
listened
is
to
aggressive
everything I
too.
said.
He's
He
aggressive.
never he never bought a coaching session. He just listened to the content. I give it to you.
Uh-huh.
Only come to
Uh-huh.
me if you need a strategy and an advanced strategy. I'm giving you everything. Because you know what? I say it all the time. You're not going to do it anyway. Majority of people ain't going to do it anyway. So this is just me coming on just telling my stories. I know people ain't finna get out and go get this work. They can make fun of it, but guess
Mm-hmm.
what? That's why I'm here and they're there. It's not for
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not for everybody. But that's why I'm where I am. That's why they where they're at. Not to say where they at is a bad place,
Mm-hmm.
but I did a lot of hard work. You know what I'm saying? And it was
Mm-hmm.
very rewarding. It's put me in a great position, and I thank God for it.
Mm-hmm.
I thank God for it, and I thank God for the time period that I did. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I understand that type of work ain't for everybody. I get it.
Right.
So I don't. Some people
What
are
what
not
did that
blessed
guy
to be.
said the other night when he came and he talked about Amazon? What was the word that he used?
Uh,
I forgot the word that he used about Amazon.
yeah, I forget. I know who you talking
He said
about.
something about the Amazon syndrome or something another. I don't
Yeah,
remember what
but
he
that
said.
goes back to what I was talking about last year. I think people just when they hear the name Amazon, they just associate because it's such a behemoth. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, my company is associated with
Uh-huh.
Amazon, so
Uh-huh.
I've made it. But Amazon has killed a lot of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that have made money on Amazon have not been doing it by the Amazon book. They've been cutting corners, doing little
Mm-hmm.
sneaky things, ghost
Ghost,
drivers,
ghost, ghost drivers.
and this is why Amazon is
Mm-hmm.
continuously cracking down on stuff. That's why they're doing the
Yeah.
safety score. That's why they're doing the 180 days. That's why they're doing the facial recognition. Why? Because a person will run, and then guess what? They can't run no more, so they got a ghost driver. They log in as a ghost driver, and they keep running. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Amazon ain't got hip to it. It's not the fact that they knew it before, but they were just turning a blind eye to it because they needed all hands on deck, right? So
Right.
now that they have the leisure now to, you know what, we got to buckle down, we got to crack down. All right, let's do facial recognition. We need to make sure that the driver who's
Right.
showing up is
He's
the
the
driver who's
driver.
logging in, right? We need to make sure we can't have a driver running 24 hours a day and
Mm.
just jumping from logging in as this driver, logging in as that driver. Because ultimately, if a
Mm-hmm.
person is doing that and something happens, it's going to be a big lawsuit. Amazon is going to be indemnified anyway. They're going to throw their hands up in the air and say, well, man, they're a contractor. Sorry, your
Mm-hmm.
1 year old got killed by our driver that's running for us that's been manipulated our system. Now, the person who gets the right lawyer, they're going to be able to go upside Amazon head. But unfortunately, the person who might be in that situation who can't afford to get a good lawyer, they're going to just be dealt with going after the contractor who ain't got a pot to piss in nor a window to throw the shit out of anyway. They ain't got no money. Most they gonna do is go bankrupt.
Hey
You see what
Mark,
I'm
by
saying?
the hey man, hey man. But you get
Hey
some
Kurt,
people angry, man.
cause man, it's funky, and this is the truth, and people don't like to hear the truth.
You say they
You
don't
see,
have a what?
hey, they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and me too. If I was an Amazon contractor with what I've
So
occurred, all my assets, property, things of that nature,
oh
all
man.
my assets. If I was running Amazon, and let's say I do some goofball stuff, and I'm running all day, and I'm breaking laws and shit like that, I fall asleep, I run somebody off the road, Amazon don't lend me a helping hand, I'm screwed. I'm
Oh
screwed,
man.
bro. They
So
coming
you're
for
saying
everything. They coming for everything, Kurt. I'm gonna lose. They're gonna put liens on everything, man. They're gonna put liens on everything, man. I've been
oh
through.
shit.
Listen. I've been through stuff. I talked about the one time I got sued as a business owner. So Amazon
Yeah.
gonna throw their hands up in there because they're indemnified and it's in the contract,
Oh
right? So now
man.
I gotta go get a lawyer that's gonna fight. So even with them suing me, I don't even know the process. Am I gonna be able to put the property up to get what Ben Crump to go get Crump? You know what I'm saying? To fight this
Yeah.
case so that I can sue because I'm gonna have to counter sue Amazon. But I'm
Oh
going up against a
man.
behemoth. They got law no money. So they're gonna play the long game and keep continuing it to drown me out, to bankrupt me. So I'm screwed anyway. But see, I'm smart enough
Oh
to know
man.
this, Kurt. I'm smart
Oh
enough to,
man.
hey Kurt, let me get up off this. Let me get up off this, man. Cause man, hey man, let me get up off this, man. Let me get up off this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So at the end
So
of the
you're
day, man,
saying,
it is what it
so
is,
you're
man.
saying that people that work at Amazon, they got a pasta fitted and a wiggle to
No,
turn
when I'm
too?
saying, Kurt, if I was an operator for Amazon, compared to
Uh-huh.
Amazon, I don't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of.
Right.
Compared to Amazon, Jeff Bezos just bought a $500 million yacht. They had to cut the damn bridge to get it through. The man built a
Exactly.
yacht so big, he had a town cut the
Don't cuss out
bridge to get it
Jamaica
through.
bad word
Hey
though.
Kurt,
Don't cuss
hey
out
Kurt,
Jamaica bad
hey
word
Kurt,
though. I
let,
hear
let,
you
let me
getting
get off the
angry.
phone. But see, this is what I'm saying. They don't do the knowledge. So even if I had $10 million liquid,
Uh-huh.
if the shit hit the fan, I wouldn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of because Amazon is not going to have my back. There's case
Right.
studies on it. The proof is in the
Right.
pudding. They've done it to so many contractors. They left them
Right.
holding the bag.
So all them loyal supporters for Amazon, they're like uh they're like advertisers.
Oh, you said, oh, what?
They're like advertisers. They're like
What you talking about?
advertisers.
What you
Them
talking about?
loyal supporters. Them loyal supporters. Because they ain't getting no benefit. All they do is walk around and
Oh, you
promote
said loyal,
Amazon.
loyal. I thought you said loyal,
Yeah,
loyal
yeah,
supporters.
yeah,
But
lawyers.
that's the
Yeah,
syndrome he's talking about. Just because it's
right.
Amazon don't
Hey,
mean it's necessarily going to benefit you. You're
right.
aligning your company. Oh yeah, I got the
Exactly.
Amazon contract. It sounds good. It sounds
Exactly.
it sounds good and dandy, but I've been around long enough to know that just because I can say, you know what, I got this contract and that contract, it may not ultimately be beneficial in the long run. They call you
Exactly.
a partner, but let some shit happen. They're gonna show you
Yeah.
how much of a
Oh,
partner they
Mark.
are.
We're
It's
gonna have
it's
to do
it,
this
it, it, it,
again.
it,
Oh
it's it's
man.
it's 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 situations that I brought up a bunch last year, and people go,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, this business, yeah, it's business until it happens to you. You let your phone
Exactly.
creep, or you accidentally swerve off the road and
Uh-huh.
accidentally hit somebody, and it's a fatality. I
Oh
want to see
man.
how Amazon. They're not going to support you. You signed the contract. It's case studies. They've done it already. There's a case in
Yeah.
New York where Amazon a driver rear-ended a lady, 3 year old in the
Uh-huh.
back seat, 1 year old in the back seat. 1 year old died. 3 year old is a paraplegic now. The lady said
Mm-mm-mm.
Amazon is not holding any fault because they did the same goofy stuff that we talking about. So now the
Yep.
contractor is on the hook. Contractor done went bankrupt. Ain't nothing they can do. They don't have a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of. When it comes to Amazon, ain't nothing
Hey
they can
Mark.
do. Ain't nothing they
Hey
can do.
Mark.
Amazon, here's what Amazon can do if they was moral. They had morals. Listen, we
Right.
know this ain't gonna bring back the 1 year old, but here's $10 million. Hopefully, this ain't gonna bring back this 1 year old, but hopefully this makes the rest of your life comfortable. That's what I would
Right.
do. But I got backlash for saying that last year. That's why I don't talk about
You
the shit. You dig what I'm saying?
so
So at
but
the end of the day, I
birds
just
together
don't touch
flock
it.
together. Birds
Man, I
together.
don't touch the shit, Kurt, because these people that are loyal to Amazon, they gonna fight for somebody that's not gonna fight for them. Even when you show it, even when you show it,
It's stupid. They
I
are
wouldn't say
stupid.
they're stupid, Kurt. I wouldn't say that. They're just not informed. They're just
Mark,
not informed.
if
They're not
no,
stupid, Kurt.
No, Mark. There's a point where you're not informed because you said it earlier when we were talking. You got to be able to identify the red flag. After a while, you got to figure out. Listen, if I'm in business for 2 years and I see that this company doesn't have my back and I see the signs all around me, if I continue to ignore that and go down the line, after a while, it's not going to be I'm not informed. I'm just blatant stupid.
Well,
Just
that's
all
people
right
that,
stupid.
but that goes back to people
You
who,
see what
like
I'm
you
saying?
said,
Not everybody, not everybody,
but
but
that goes back to
people
the
who
syndrome he
sell
talking about.
exactly that's what the guy said. He said, "Oh, I can talk about it a different time, but a lot of these people, they don't, they're dumb." And we're not talking
Hey,
about
Kurt,
2 months ago. We're
you
not
got
talking about people that waited under 180 days.
you got some
You
people
know,
that just have a higher business acumen than others. That's how I look at it,
you
Kurt.
know.
Because at the end of the day, I was once My business acumen.
You should do
What?
you know what you should do?
No, no, I'm
You
not.
know what
Not
you
Chris.
should do?
No, no, you're not. I'm cool. I done did my Amazon spiel. People don't listen,
Oh
so just watch them
man.
perish. Now, when they
Oh
perish
man.
and then
Ma-
Amazon
Say
converts over
watch
to
your
the DSP
face.
model 100%, then that's when I'll come like I did with peak season last year and say, aha, na boo boo.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm gonna hit them when it really affects them, when it really hurts. That's when
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna na boo boo them.
Uh-huh. Oh man. Mark said watch him perish.
See, doing the nana boo boo right now, it ain't gonna really, it's gonna touch them,
So
but it
there's
ain't
no
gonna
peak
really.
season this year, sir. There's no peak
Man,
season.
Kurt, it's September, bro. Peak season, peak season is in modes. You got the shipping peak season,
Uh-huh.
July and August. The trucking peak season, Kurt, you've been in trucking for a long time. Trucking peak season is September and October. This
Right.
is when middle mile is at its heaviest.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you explain it to that, man, peak season November. Chrissy said it the other day. And I'm like, these
Uh-huh.
people that, and not a knock to none of these people, they just never seen a real peak season. They don't understand the modes of trucking. Even when you
Right.
explain it to them. How is peak season for middle mile going to be in December?
Mm-mm-mm.
The warehouses, the fulfillment centers, and the stores and their backstock has to be in positions by November.
Right.
Peak season for trucking middle mile is September and October.
I just showed him how much I'm running a mile.
You know,
For the whole week. For the whole week, I just
but
showed him.
these people that say dumb stuff like, yeah, peak season coming up in November. How? Holiday season is coming up in
Mm-hmm.
November for trucking. The thing that goes, all right, so here's the way it works. Holiday season prior to the pandemic was last minute things that people hoped that
Mm-hmm.
hope would arrive by time. But peak season freight for trucking, Kirk, is in September and October. Middle mile, because the stuff needs to be in place. Kirk, what
Right.
happens? Halloween is October 31st, right?
Uh-huh.
I worked in retail. I was a manager for a Target after I graduated college. What happens after Halloween? When the store closes Halloween, the transition
Uh-huh.
team comes in and transitions the seasonal aisle
This
for Halloween into holiday. You come to
uh-huh.
Target, you go to Walmart on October 31st, it's candy, pumpkins, all that shit. You come in the next day, November 1st, overnight with a snack. You got Christmas trees, you got this, the toy aisle is stacked from
Uh-huh.
floor to ceiling. They got pallets in the floor with holiday, shaving kits, holiday seasonal items. How
Right.
was it there on November, Kirk? How did all this stock appear for the overnight transition team to push this stuff to the floor? Because it already was there, Kirk. It has
Right.
to transition in September and October, right? These things are ordered at the beginning of the year. These orders are placed. Walmart places millions and millions of orders. Okay, well, we need 100 million of this item. So, because we're going to distribute it to Walmart.com, we're going to distribute it to all the Walmart stores across the country. Boom, from there, they have to manufacture these items.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. All right, we need to plan shipping for May. We're going to have trucks start picking this stuff up in May, June, bringing this stuff to the ports. The voyage from China and overseas is 25 to 30 days. That's July and that's August. That stuff starts arriving into the country end of August. It goes on a rail car. Truck picks it up at the ports, takes it to a rail car. It runs intermodal. From there, it gets picked up by another truck. It goes to a fulfillment center or a warehouse. That's the middle mile, September and October. By
Mm-hmm.
November, all these retailers, they're fully stocked with what they need to do. So when you try to explain this stuff, and I break it down to them over and over again, it's hard to instill knowledge into people when you have an overabundance of people who are new, and the only peak season they see is a pandemic peak season. They haven't seen a real peak season.
Right.
So even with me breaking it down to a point where it makes sense to people, they still say November. They still say October. And then they're waiting. Look what happened last year. I went to war, Kirk.
Yeah. No, I
I went
remember.
to war. Like, I'm not finna sit up here and keep explaining to these people. Let them keep their fingers crossed, pimp. Let them keep keeping their fingers crossed, pimp.
Yeah, ain't no peak
What?
season this year. You heard it here first.
No. Let them figure this shit. Let them figure it out, bro. Let them figure it out. And then on top of that, you have over capacity.
Right.
Look at the capacity. So whatever little volume that does uptick, you got an overabundance of capacity. So now what's going to happen? That's going to drive more
Yeah.
competition,
So
which is ultimately
right.
going to do what, Kurt? What is it going
Right.
to do,
Right.
Kurt? Come on, man.
Right.
Don't get me. Don't take me. Come on, Kurt.
Right.
Let me get up off this line with you,
So you
man.
got
Let me get
150
up this
truck.
line. Hey, let me get up off this line with you, Kurt, man. See, this is where experience comes into play. But man,
You
I'm
got a
trying to
you got
explain
you
shit to
got you
people,
got
but
you got
people don't want to listen.
150 truck. You got 150 trucks standing by to move 100 pallets. Uh-oh.
Come on, man. So what that's gonna do, Kurt? What's that gonna do? It's gonna drive competition with what? It's gonna
Yep,
drive
yep,
down rates.
yep, yep,
So when we
yep.
talk about this exodus, this is the reason why. Everything that I said was going to happen last year going into this year up until this point, the reason why a lot of people rock with me is because they meant everything you said. I didn't want to subscribe to you because you seem so pessimistic. But man, everything you said, it just been happening. I couldn't do nothing but subscribe to you. And it
Right.
ain't me being cocky. I've been doing this since 2010. I know what a peak
Oh,
season looks like prior to the pandemic.
oh, I remember when you forgot we did a live stream about Amazon peak season. People don't remember we did a live
Kurt,
stream.
I'm gonna get up off this thing, man.
Oh
I spent too
man,
much time with you, man. I didn't spend
we
too
did.
much time. Let them keep talking about November coming up. Yeah, you know who Steve? You know who's gonna see an uptick in November and December, going into December up until the last day of Christmas. Final
Tell them,
mile.
Mark.
Those final mile van guys and those final mile gig app guys. A lot of that final mile stuff is going to be ran off the gig app like it was last year.
Right,
And the gig cats last year was getting to a bag
right.
because the freight was already in place. There's still an overabundance of freight now. I tell people, go to your Walmart, go to your Target, drive around back, drive to the side. You're gonna see big shipping containers, especially if you're in a big area. Matter of fact, if I drive past a Walmart today or a
They
Target
got a
today,
lot.
I'm gonna
They
go
got
around
a
back
lot
to take pictures.
of yeah, the shipping container in the back. They
Right.
got
That's
them.
not
They got
normal.
they got
That's
they got
not
like
normal.
10 of them of
Exactly.
my Walmart.
You know when they started ordering those shipping containers in 2021 when they ordered the freight, the excess freight in case of another shutdown, they didn't want to run out of stuff like they did when the shit first hit the fan. The
Well,
stores were
listen.
empty
Well, listen, Mark.
and they
Did
still
you
sitting
know?
on that freight.
Well, did you know that the moving company? Because I took. I spoke about Kapoor, right?
Yeah.
Um, Kapoor. He moves a lot of Amazon stuff because that's all they do. They do a lot of corporate account. A lot of those freight
Mhm.
that you're talking about that they
Yeah.
order from that's been left over and all of that been sitting
Yeah.
at warehouses. A
Yeah.
lot of the moving company Target is storing a lot of their stuff. You get what
You
I'm
said
saying?
what?
And a lot of the moving company,
Hmm.
the moving company
Yeah.
that do their
Hmm.
warehousing, they have
Yeah.
a lot of their Target inventory.
Yeah.
A lot of their inventory, bro. A
The,
lot
the
of it.
the vacant Amazon facilities that were halted, construction was halted. They're using that as. And see, Kirk, I said all this stuff last year. I say it this
Yeah,
year. Like, I'm not gonna keep beating the dead horse. Like, I've shown
yeah.
and proved my extensive knowledge from experience and education on YouTube. But you're gonna have some people that are gonna adhere to it, and you're gonna have some
Uh-huh.
people that are gonna oppose it. And then when they oppose
Grace
it, they
Logistics they saw the container. Grace Logistics they saw the containers.
Hey, Kurt, I see the containers every time I go to Walmart. I see the
Uh-huh.
containers every time I go. It's a Target. It's a Target. When I'm out and about, sometimes I catch a supercharge at a
Uh-huh.
Target, and the charging stations are in back of the Target, and all the containers
Right.
are right there.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing: stores are starting to be fulfillment centers. Stores are starting to be fulfillment centers. I,
Uh-huh.
here's another thing, Kirk. I can really go on. Consumer buying behavior has shifted so much that when people see sales, it could be in August, it could be June. You know what? This would be good for Bobby for Christmas. I want to buy it now and stash it. People don't wait to the last minute anymore. When I talked the other day about the variables, there's a lot of variables that I didn't touch on. I just touched on the key variables to get people to think. I just wanted to hit people with the key variables so that their brain could just uh, 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 comprehend what I'm saying. But people get their hopes up because they get caught in this pandemic
Yo,
So they have to unlearn that pandemic. That peak season of 2021 going into
uh-huh.
2022, like this is when they came in. So they think that's what peak season looks like, and it doesn't. You're a middle mile trucker. You aren't responsible for getting the stuff to the places that it needs to be by November.
Right.
What do you think this stuff just all happens in November? It's a process. See, I get
Mm-mm-mm.
worked up just talking about it because I get passionate about it because I've been
Yeah,
doing this. I know when you see increasing volume. I know what
yeah.
a pre-pandemic peak season looks like. You see what I'm
Yo,
saying?
check this
They,
out.
they
Check this
don't.
out. Check this out. You want to talk about it tomorrow if you don't mind, because I'm gonna do the rise and fall of the box truck because the guy that I was gonna feature tomorrow, he was an
Kurt,
Amazon driver actually,
Kurt, Kurt.
but he's doing
I don't.
OTR now.
I don't. You know why,
Oh,
Kurt?
all right.
Because
No, you
because
talk to
they.
your people, but I wanted you to come and tell my people. You know what I mean?
I mean, I might come in for a brief minute. I ain't gonna spend too much time
All
because
right, so we'll
I,
we'll
I
we'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. On the rise and fall of the box truck game, because I was gonna. There's this guy that I watched that used to do Amazon that failed, and he talks about how Amazon and all of that stuff.
but
I hope I
it ain't
can.
just the Amazon thing, Kurt, and that's why I kind of don't because I don't want to
No,
seem
I
like
know
I'm
you're
beating
talking
up on
about the
Amazon.
whole. No, I know you're talking
It's
about the whole. Yeah, the
yeah,
whole,
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
system and the whole misunderstanding of the
But
whole
see,
peak
I
season
don't.
thing. Yeah,
But
I
here's
get
the
it.
thing: I don't like wasting my breath, Kurt. I don't like wasting my breath, man. You know, I say it all the time. You know, my
Hmm.
experience, is one thing, but my education coupled with it, a lot of
Uh-huh.
this is both. Me knowing economics. My OG paid a lot of money for me to go to college, bro. So when I give people this information, I feel like
But that's what I'm
they
saying.
take
A lot.
advantage. That to me, I don't want to go through all that, man. I did it last year
But that's
to
what I'm saying. A lot
and
of content creator is not. They're gonna say, to their subscriber that it doesn't take all of that. That Mark is talking.
well, and this is why I made them all look like fools last year, Kurt.
Right. Right.
You make me look like a fool. I'm gonna take the walk of shame. But one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say, man, you was right. I was
Uh-huh,
wrong. You
uh-huh.
was right, bro. You were
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
get you that. And people gonna give you respect. People just didn't say nothing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? They didn't say nothing. They act like it didn't happen.
Well, they still haven't talked about certain things that you talk about, like the trucks that are coming
Well,
in.
well, well,
Getting
well
Amazon
because
is getting rid of the.
because they're
A
because they're
lot of people don't know Amazon is eventually gonna get rid of relay.
I talked about that last year, Kurt.
You know
But
what I
I'm not
mean?
gonna keep beating the dead. I'm not gonna keep beating the. I learned to just, man. My OG always taught me, man. Mark, let your experience and your knowledge speak for you. You
Uh-huh.
don't have to keep. You don't have to get. I'm gonna nana boo boo you because what you say, history is best document or qualified when it's
Issues,
documented.
right,
All right.
right, right.
So when I talk about this year, how I nana boo booing from last year, I go back to when I dropped the first peak season video last
Exactly.
August for forecasting that it wasn't going to be no peak season. You see
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? So I don't have to, nana and the boo boo them all the way through the process. Just when people was going out of business last December, I'm like, how are people going out of business and it's December 5th? Where's this peak season that you speak of? The boy ain't coming
Right.
home. It's like the kid that's waiting at the door for their daddy to come home. The man ain't coming home.
Uh-huh.
Mama, get your son from the door. He got his coat on. He ready to go. He think daddy finna come pick him up. Daddy ain't coming home. He ain't coming home.
Oh man.
They kept pushing peak season back last year, November 1st. Then it was November 15th. Then it was Black Friday coming up. Black Friday came, wasn't no sign. December 1st. Then it was December 15th. Then it was December 24th. They pushed peak season all the way back to December 24th. Kurt, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started, Kurt. Kirky Fresh. Oh, he must have went through a dead zone again. Kirky Fred. Oh yeah, he went to a dead zone. He'll pop back up. Yo,
Sorry about that, man. I probably have to get off this live stream because I'm in the back of the woods
mhm.
in South Carolina.
It's all good, man. I appreciate you, rapping
Yeah,
with you. I
man.
just want to get on and talk to you, man. But man, we can talk. How many people I can't see because I'm
uh,
I'm in the comments. I'm driving and I'm looking at the comment section screen. How many people you got watching?
we had about 22 people back and forth, but
Yeah, I just wanted to
we got a couple people. But
I just
yeah,
wanted to rap
man.
with you, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I may jump on tomorrow for a minute, but I
Yeah,
don't want to
I'm gonna
keep.
look for the video. But yeah, man, we
And
gonna
I don't
chop it
want to,
up.
and I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. And here's the thing, Kurt. And I
No,
said it earlier.
no, no, Mark. Wait, Mark. I get it.
I
You're talking about Amazon from an economical and
it's not just economical. It's from
educational
education,
point of
and
view.
it's from
Right,
education, and it's
right,
also from
right.
experience. But at the end of the day, Kurt, I have to be honest too. The business acumen
Yeah,
that
you
I
gotta be
have now,
honest. Right,
I didn't
right.
have that business acumen coming in. Earlier when we came in, you know what I'm saying, things were different. The learning curve was
Mm-hmm.
a lot less expensive. You see what I'm
Right, right,
saying?
right.
So you can make mistakes and still, profit
Profit.
from
Yep.
learning. So I don't ever want to knock anybody because they're learning. I want to educate you. This is me being
Mm-hmm.
philanthropic. I just hate when people, you know, do lame shots and stuff like that. Um, if you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
challenge me on information. If we're gonna challenge
Yeah,
each
let's do
other
a
and
debate.
peers
Yeah,
and this
debate about it. Or challenge it. Yeah.
and peers in the space, let's challenge each other to drive education, to drive learning. I don't want to go back and forth with people over goofball stuff, bro. I don't want to
Right,
do that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Let's
right.
challenge each other and push the bar higher based off information. Let's have an information war because now that's going to
Yeah.
challenge each person to do their research. You're going to
Uh-huh.
have to really go do your research.
Right.
I don't want to have goofy ass, you know, lame
Conversation.
disputes back and forth over goofball stuff.
Right, right.
To me,
No,
that's
I get it,
goofy
man.
and it's digressive. But hey,
Yeah.
I can get petty too. I can get
Yeah.
petty too. And I'm established enough. And let me stop before now I'm gonna get cocky. You dig what I'm saying? So let me
Hey,
keep it
man.
cool.
Chicago
At the
people,
end of the
man.
at the end of the day, not everybody is got business. It takes years. So everybody
Right.
can learn. Everybody can learn from each other. So I don't knock people. It's just
Uh-huh.
when you're presenting things to people,
Right,
you
right,
have to be mindful that the information that you're giving out, someone is listening and someone's going to adhere to it, and it's going to cost them money when they adhere to the information that you're giving. And if that
right.
information that you're giving is misinformation, it's going to cost people. You have to
Exactly.
understand that. You have to
Yep.
have that moral compass that I'm giving information. I just can't be saying stuff just to create content and not fully understand the information that I'm providing. If it's
Right.
something that I don't have an advanced amount of information on a particular subject matter, maybe I should just not mention that.
Leave it to the pros.
Leave it to someone who has a little bit more experience. Let me speak on the things that I know. The whole thing is you don't want to misinform anyone.
Right.
So
Yeah,
because even though they
well,
listen to you, me
when there's a
personally,
when there's a dollar sign attached to it, some people don't care, man.
But at the end of the day, that's neither here nor I say that's neither here nor there, Kurt, because at the end of the day, people going to source opportunities to make money. It's up to the
Exactly.
consumer. It's up to the consumer to make the right decision. And I'm going to always use the example that I've been running with. Your
Right.
livelihood, it's lively. Life is in the word livelihood. If my life is on the line, whether I committed the crime or didn't, whether if my
Uh-huh.
life is on the line where I committed the crime or did, the person who I have representing me in front of these jurors, I'm not going to choose a person who has limited experience, especially if I'm spending my money. I'm putting up all my property. I got my mama putting up her house. We pulling. I got the whole family. We pulling together all our assets. We want to get Big Crump. I need Big Crump. I'm willing to
Right.
take the chance
Big
on,
crunk.
on, on putting up all the assets because my life is on the line. If my
Right.
livelihood is on the line, I'm taking my money. I'm robbing from little Johnny's college fund. I'm taking out of my 401k to start this business. I'm using all the money that I've slaved for a corporation or a company for 15 years to take in my life savings to invest in the business, taking a chance on myself. If I'm going to go for consultation, for mentorship, I'm going to invest in experience. You know,
Right.
and then that's me. I'm just keeping it 1,000.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
And
Exactly.
I don't feel wrong. I don't feel like a person should be wrong for saying that. It makes sense.
Makes sense. Of
I
course.
don't say stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But another thing you gotta look at too, I mean, we'll talk about it tomorrow, man, because it's just what I mean. I'm on my way up to I'm hitting some dead spots and I don't want to keep cutting off and then what I mean the live stream end where I just cut out. But yeah, man, if you want to come on tomorrow and talk about it,
I,
we
I,
can touch back on the Amazon.
I'll see how you going with it tomorrow, and that'll
No,
determine if I'm.
no,
If
no,
you
no.
beat,
To be
if you
to be
beat,
honest,
if you beating people up for like,
no, no,
it's,
no, no. To be honest with you, I want you to talk from the educational and the economic point. We forget about the picking up the load and missing the load and making that kind of money. We already established that. I want now people to understand why the trailers are sitting at the back of the Walmart and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? That's the point that I think because we already covered those other, misload and all of
I
that
hear you,
stuff.
I hear
You get
you,
what I'm
Kurt, but
saying?
man,
I want you to talk about from the
mhm.
educational point. You
Man,
get what I'm saying?
it's starting to get draining to me though, Kurt. I'm gonna do it
Yeah.
for you, but man, I just feel like it's beating a dead horse, bro.
No,
I just
because
really feel
because
like that.
because the reason why I want to talk about it, because tomorrow I do the rise and fall of the backshop game. There's a lot of people that lost money in Amazon also by coming in Amazon. They take out these expensive trucks and they go to Amazon because of the quote unquote same peak season that they thought was going to live on forever. You get what I'm saying? And now they're stuck with all these debt and they weren't doing OTR. They weren't doing final mile.
Mhm,
You get what I'm saying? Because the one thing that they were keyed in on was to
mhm.
do that Amazon stuff. You see what I'm saying? And
And that,
now
mhm.
they stop because they Amazon shut that part down because the
and,
money's
and,
dried up
and
and
and that was
you know
good
what I
for that
mean?
time. And that was good for that
And
time.
that was good for that time.
And
So
guess what?
now they stuck
Even,
with a truck.
mhm.
They go back to their 9 to 5 job. If they some of them even locked into loans like where they gotta pay those pre-penalty interest. So they can't give the truck back. So now they go back to get a job and they're
Mhm,
still paying for this damn truck that they can't do nothing with.
mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
So
unfortunate. It's
it's
unfortunate,
unfortunate, but that's
but
how it is.
that goes back to investing in something that you fully don't understand.
Right.
You just everything that happened during the pandemic. It's like even with that, like it's over with now. You can go back and look, and then even when you break the stuff down to people over and over and over again about
Uh-huh.
why there was an increased volume of freight, why the rates
Uh-huh.
were what they were, it's just like people just they just don't comprehend it. It's like they're waiting. They're stuck in this euphoric phase of a bubble. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Right,
understand what a bubble is, what a bubble looks like, the 5 stages of a bubble, or none of that stuff.
right,
And then it goes back to me saying, you know what, Mark, take a step back. You gotta understand, they might not have the business acumen that you have. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
then I have to educate them. But even when you get, this is where I get upset, when you educate them and you break it down to them, I think a lot of times it goes over their head. You know
Over
what I'm
the,
saying?
yeah,
And
exactly.
they don't want to adhere adhere to it because they think, because they got in 2021 in June, and then when the
Right,
peak season came, they saw this overabundance of freight, and they don't understand that that was not peak season freight. If that would have been June, that volume would have been that volume. When you're giving out all this money, you got people making money off their kids. You got people getting money from idle. You get the government giving them $600 for unemployment, plus what the state's giving them. They getting PPP, first phase, second phase. They
uh-huh,
getting the ERTA program. They getting SBA. You got people making money for. Then on top of that, you have people getting unemployment in 4 or 5 different states. They started running those scams. I know people who was getting unemployment in 4 or 5 different states. It was
mm-hmm,
just so much going on. People was running up a bag. People was running
right,
up a bag then. So, the rates were high, but the initial cost was high, right? But
mm-hmm,
they didn't feel the initial cost because they were being compensated by the high rates.
right,
So when things
right,
started to correct themselves, their initial cost was high. When I explain this to people, it's just like it's a deer in headlights. It's like a
right,
dumb
right,
a dumb blood. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's like,
right,
yo, and then I get
yeah.
frustrated because I try to find ways to break it down in a very, you know, just, a very, I try to take a very
Southern approach.
beginner level
Yeah,
approach.
right.
It's just like, I don't know if it's the weed that people smoking now and all the designer drugs that people use. It's just
Oh
the
man,
it's like,
what you
man,
say?
listen, Kurt,
The
man.
guy. Come on,
So
man. You said they smoking the ganja.
Man, I
The
don't know if they
ganja.
putting the, I don't know if
What
they
you?
putting the I don't know if they putting
Nah.
the fentanyl in the weed now. They got the fentanyl in the weed.
What you said
Man,
about?
what the
They hanging out with Junior Ganja.
man? They must be putting
Oh man.
the fentanyl in the weed, man. They on that fent balls.
Yeah, they crush it up, huh?
The fentanyl. You
Oh,
dig what
they
I'm saying?
spice it
So
up.
man, no,
They spice it up, Mike.
I'm just joking, but
No, no, I get you,
it's just
man.
you don't want to I
well,
don't
let,
want to
well,
beat
let,
people.
well,
I don't
let's
want to
talk
beat
about it
people up.
tomorrow.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about it tomorrow. You be home, I be home. I know you're running around taking care of some stuff. I'm on my way up, so you know what I mean. I
I'm gonna
just
be running
wanted to
around
jump
tomorrow
on
morning too,
here.
man. I got a breakfast date tomorrow, Kirk. So you know,
Breakfast date,
yeah, man. I got a breakfast date and I got a
man. You
dinner
take
date.
woman, man. This guy, you take woman at breakfast date,
Yeah,
man. I only take woman when I need
you won't
something,
take women nothing because you married.
man. No,
You
I'm talking
may
about
hey,
back in the days. We don't take
oh
girls
well,
out to eat breakfast.
yeah, we do. We go on little coffee dates, and I don't drink coffee.
Coffee
I get a
date,
I get a I get a strawberry
man. You
refreshment.
goofy, man.
No, I ain't goofy. Hey, Kirk, let me explain something to you, man. I'm a bachelor living a. Hey, I'm living a very. Listen, I
Man,
did everything. Listen, Kirk, check it out. Check it out. Check this out, Kirk. I
yeah.
did everything I needed to do in my 20s and 30s so I can do what I'm doing now. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm living a
I
bachelor
never
life.
hear,
I'm li-
I
I'm
never hear a black man take out a
hey,
woman for breakfast date.
hey, she 30, hey, she 30, she's beautiful.
Oh
You dig what I'm
man.
saying? And we're gonna go to breakfast. I'm gonna look into her eyes. She's gonna look into my eyes, and we're gonna have a great breakfast. I'm just giving you the heads up,
Oh
just in
man.
case. Depending
Oh
on
man.
I'm gonna try to get it in with you, but I'm just letting you know.
Go have your breakfast then. So what you gonna offer? We go bacon and a waffle?
No,
Bacon and a
no, no, no. I
where you
don't.
gonna get?
I ain't ate meat in 3 weeks, Kurt.
Oh yeah?
I ain't ate meat in 3 weeks, man.
This guy says he's going on a breakfast date.
I hired a trainer. I
Uh-huh.
hired a trainer and I stopped meat. I'm not coming off meat. I'm not going vegan, but
Uh-huh.
it's just a little little pocket of just a little smidgen of fat under my belly button that I need to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
need some work on my core. So I'm just trying to expedite it with the trainer and coming off the meet because the trainer expensive. I'm not trying to use him 3 months is my goal. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to knock
This
this
guy
out.
is
You know what
going.
I'm saying?
So Mark the mentor will be going on a breakfast date. She's beautiful. She's 33.
Hey man, listen here, bro. Hey Kurt. Hey Kurt. They be tiptoeing on the marble floors, man. Hey, hey Kurt. You see where all the clubs at, and you
Where
been
you
here. You
go?
see
Where you
what
go order?
you see,
Where you
huh?
gonna order? Where you gonna order? You gonna order waffle and where you gonna order pancake or you gonna order waffle?
I'm ordering a vegan omelet.
Oh, vegan. Is she
Vegan
vegan?
omelet. Nah, she eat meat, but she real fit. She go to the gym 5 days a week too.
She she looked like the girl that was at the club. She had that skin color.
She lighter than her. She like high yellow. This girl high yellow.
So she
You know,
oh
Kurt,
she
because I'm really
I know your
dark.
type, but you see how I know your type?
No,
I
no,
know
no.
your
I don't.
type,
No,
man.
no, no, Kurt. Listen, I don't have a type. It's just the fact that
Oh,
I'm really dark. So high yellow women are attracted to really dark men. So high yellow
really?
women approach me. Yeah. So like my last two or three people I've
Mm-hmm.
dated have been really just really high yellow, and they've all approached me. So your real light skinned black
So
women, they
this
like
girl that you're
really
gonna
dark.
take out, she approach you?
Yeah, she approached me.
Oh, where you meet her? The gym?
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't have her phone up and was videoing it, right? You know these women be videoing at the gym.
I ain't videoing me, videoing me.
Well, let me know, man. No matter. We
I'm
can do
gonna,
it the next time.
I'm gonna try to jump
If we
on.
don't do
I'll
it,
let you know.
if, wait. If we don't do it tomorrow, we'll do it Sunday in the what's the name?
Yeah, I'll
But
let
yeah,
you know.
go ahead.
I'm gonna see if I can jump on. But I'm gonna let you go, man, because I gotta
Yeah. Cause
take
I'm
care of some
getting over
shit.
here to this place. All right.
I appreciate everybody in the chat for rocking. I appreciate y'all. I'll holler at you, Kurt.
All right, man. All right, man. Thank you for dropping by, bro.
I'm out later, man.
Shout out to Mark the Mentor, man. Shout out to Mark the Mentor. Yeah, guys, we're gonna see if we can knock up this Amazon thing tomorrow because I wanna talk about this from an educational point. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mark the Mentor. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up because I gotta go pick up this load, man. And like I said, man, if you're coming in the business, understand what you're getting yourself in. Yeah, don't forget to join me tomorrow on the rise and fall of the box truck game because we're gonna talk about, you know, I know a lot of people fail in the box truck game. You know what I mean? And all the people who wanna work at Amazon, we're not knocking it. That's what you wanna do. That's what you wanna do. You know what I mean? Uh, all we're saying is that there's no safety net there. That's it. And people don't understand how it works, where it doesn't really benefit them. That's all. But I'm gonna end the live here, man. Peace out. I will catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. All right. Hit the like button on the way out, man. But peace out. Peace out.